Oh, well, that's a good look, isn't it? Interesting. Okay, well, hi, everybody. Apparently, when oh, let me refresh this. There we go. Okay. That was a great start to the stream. It's still not great. Okay, how about we just go over here? Hi, everybody. Black screen. Yeah, I know. It was. It still is, actually, if you look right here. It was a great start. Loved it. That's awesome. Thank you, Meld. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Braithorn, and I don't think I can actually fix that camera unless I restart Meld. Way to go, Team Meld. Good job. I would have to completely end my stream and restart it, which is not an easy... It's just not a normal thing to do on YouTube. I guess maybe I'm gonna do that. Don't go anywhere, everybody. I have to end my stream because of this stupid beta-ass software. Awesome. We're gonna let's see. Unless you guys like this, if this is to your liking right here, is that good? Do it. Hold on here. Let me even. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Absolute cinema. Hold on, I'm gonna try restarting the camera. And then this one, just... There we go. And if you know, it's... Let's see. Nope, still awesome. Still awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to completely shut down this stupid streaming software I should never have given a chance to, because it's messed up quite a few times already, actually. And I'll be right back. The stream should stay live on YouTube, but the one on Twitch is probably going to stop and then restart. So... All right, guys, if you're going to stream, stick with OBS. Don't take a chance on something like Meld because it's just going to do stuff like this to you. Unless you don't care about that, then it's fine. Sorry, I'm a little upset about it. I'm just a tiny bit upset about that. My first stream back from NAB that's PC related, and this is what happens. Okay. That or it's my Elgato card. Who knows? Too many links in this chain. Okay. Also, the music is too loud. Okay. All right, guys. Be right back. Are we live now? I think we're live now. That's good. And it's working. Just the concept of a reset button that does nothing infuriates me. Because there's a reset button for the camera. It didn't do anything. It did nothing. I mean, it's new software. It's just like... The only reason I'm using Meld is because I had to set up make a completely new streaming setup in one day, including setting up the PC. So, yeah. So, now that we're back, I can say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Let's go through it. Lone Vaquero, how's it going? Dodger Dog, what's up? I'm looking at, it looks like my, chat isn't, there it is. Okay. Everybody in Twitch chat, you can talk, it'll show up here now. Okay. But yeah, what's up? Observer of Thoughts, how's it going? Rurutu, what's up? And DJ Simple Green, how you doing? Then over here in YouTube land. Oh, hold on, Simple Green. There you go. There you go. In YouTube land, Alice, welcome. Gojiro, what's going on? Christopher Crawford, how are you? Michael Superbacker, how's it going, buddy? Simon Says, welcome. Sailor, how you doing? Yeah, I'm pretty much expecting that tomorrow. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Robert, how's it going? Welcome. Glad you guys like that freeze frame. What's up, Adam? And here we go. I think we're good now, right? Yes, we're good. That was an adventure. All I'm doing, I have a couple cameras and a desktop capture going on. That's it, Meld. That is all I'm in the main camera. It's just like, just freeze frames me like that. It's awesome. But yeah, there is a GPU box back there. That Sailor happens to have something to do with what you were saying there. But I was at NAB, and then I couldn't even get the thing until like a day ago. So there was no way I was going to be making a video about it. We're probably just going to have an extra stream tomorrow where we're just going to be testing out the 5060 Ti. It's going to be a 16 gig version. And we're just going to give it a fair shake. You know, I don't care what other content creators say. I'm going to give it my own fair shake. We're going to try it for some gaming stuff and benchmarking and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. Yo, Skeeter Gaming, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I had some Raising Cane's and I got some chicken strip on me. Robert, it's the TI. The 5060 is not coming out until an indeterminate date. We don't know. We don't know when that's coming out. But hi everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Sorry I was gone for a while. I was over at NAB, which for those who don't know and who weren't at the stream on Sunday where I explained it, that was a gaming stream just on Twitch, by the way. If you only watch on YouTube, you will miss 33% of my streams. Just saying. But yeah, NAB is it's kind of like, okay, so you got CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. If anything runs electricity through it, it's at that show. Okay, gizmos and gadgets and big and small tech, all kinds of things, and that includes computers. So I go to that. Well, NAB is a lot more focused on it's focused on broadcasting and filming and production, all the way from hobbyist to Hollywood, from podcasts to sports broadcasts. They should put that on a shirt. Damn, I'm good. Anyway, so I had an interest in going there for years, but no justification. So Newer, the lighting and rigging and, well, the brand for camera stuff, basically, they were like, hey, well, I talked to them at CES. They were like, well, we need people for our booth, and we want someone who can talk to content creators. Why don't you be the content creator for our booth? And I was like, okay, and that's what I did. And it was really cool. They paid for me to go out there. And they hired me to do that. And that was really, really awesome. Like, I owe them a big one there. That was really great. And they liked what I did too. I mean, anytime someone was like, hey, I have this lighting situation, I was like, okay, cool. We can't do standard 3-point lighting here. We're going to need this, that. And I would just go through all the stuff Newer had on display. It was really, really fun. But also I got to go look around at all the stuff. I got to go to the different booths. I got to reconnect with a few people that I knew. I got to meet a couple people I had not met yet. If you're into content stuff, You got to check out Tom Buck. He's one of my favorites. I did not get to meet the man himself, Gerald Undone. I really wanted to. We both have an appreciation for purple and cameras. I really hoped I would get to meet him, but the guy's in demand over there. Also, he has a thing going on with Condor Blue, and there are some competing products at Newer, so not a whole lot of reason for him to go there. I think he was mostly in the other building, so didn't really get to see him. But I knew some people who did. Anyways, whatever. It's no big deal. Yeah, so that's all done, though. I'm back, and I've got a lot to do. What's up, Onward? How's it going? Braxton, welcome. How are you? They have the Shield helicarrier there, Rurutu. If it wasn't completely and utterly made up and fictional, I'm sure they would at CES. Yeah. Also, before we get into everything, I have a sort of PC-related question for you. If that's you can just ask it. Sure. What's up, Cecil Ree? How's it going? But yeah, so I guess I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, just testing out the 5060 Ti 16 gig. That's the version that I have, and indeed, it was you know, that's the card, what it says in the box. So that's what I'm going to be testing tomorrow. We're just going to be doing some gaming and doing some stress testing and stuff like that. See how the thing does. See if it does what it says on the tin. I honestly, we can't talk about price to performance because we can't talk about prices. Who even knows what this is going to end up being? Look, if you guys go and search for a tariff timeline starting from like, you know, late January, this is not a, and I do want to make a video about this, but you guys have to understand this is not a political channel, and it would not be a political video. It would just be a factual discussion about what has been going on with tariffs, the ups and the downs, and the, hey, we're doing this. Hey, actually, we're not. Hey, it's not a negotiation. It's a negotiation. And it's like, it's very, like, the problem with that is that there are real people, real companies, and real, and of course, prices affected by this stuff. There's really no denying that anymore. Like, that was, for some reason, not being, like, it wasn't being admitted that, oh, you're going to pay for this, by the way, Americans. Like, that's how they work. That is how they work. And now when people realize that, they're like, oh, I guess let's just go ahead and crash the stock market because we don't like this. And consumer confidence is gone. So it sucks. But the thing is, that's not a political discussion. That's an economy discussion. That is a financial discussion. And it has to do with the industry that makes the things that you guys like. So I do need to talk about it. But I'm going to approach it in a way where it's like, here's what happened, here's what might happen, and here's how that would affect you. That's it. Lone Vaquero says, waiting on my poll. You're going to be waiting for a long time. I don't have a mod here right now, and I was just saying hi to everybody. Thanks for giving me work to do. I don't know if there's enough people here that know what those things are yet, Vaquero. Did you know that I made a video about Shadow PC a long time ago? Man, that was a long time ago. That was a good video, though. I mean, okay, let me make that now. Let me just make that real quick. I don't even know what Boosteroid is. There you go. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! Okay, I fixed it. Apparently, it was set to 60 FPS. The camera is not doing 60 FPS. So that was what Meld defaulted to. That was cool. So I fixed it. Yay. Let me make sure it's the same way here. Yeah. I did music 2015 to 2017, but my friend that I did it with knew all the hardware and software. Wait, did my question go through? I don't see it in chat on screen, just a chat with the years. I don't see it in here at all, actually. So if it was held back for some mod reason, I don't know. Now, Skeeter, there is a character limit in Twitch chat. If you exceeded that, it might show up on yours, but it's just not gonna send it. Try to be more concise with your questions, if that's what happened. Well, Lone Vaquero, I figured out that it's a cloud gaming service by context, but yeah, the poll's going. Also, stream is 720p. Well, that's interesting. It shouldn't be. It might be what you're getting, but... Oh, boy. Okay. All right, I hope you guys are ready for a long stream of me just... Yeah, it's just 720. What the hell? All right, guys. I have a lot of work to do. If I want to stream tomorrow, I just have to quit Meld and just put in OBS. The thing about Meld is you can do multi-streaming, but the geniuses over there didn't allow you to put multiple bit rates. So apparently it's trying to send 25,000 for the kilobits per second to Twitch, which Twitch doesn't want. But it's just like force feeding it to Twitch, and Twitch is just like, hey, I'm just gonna like give you 720 instead of 4K. You don't need both the sound card and the standalone interface. Get one or the other. There's the answer to your question. Now that is not a developed answer to your question. It's not an in-depth answer to your question. There are going to be certain audio cards, PCIe cards that have specific purposes. But if you're just trying to get audio into your PC and you have an audio interface, you don't need a sound card. That is it. I don't watch the news. Have you seen any PC prices change yet, Michael? Yes, some SIs, once it was before the exemptions were announced, which then they were like, oh, we didn't make any exemptions. Like, I don't know what the hell they're doing up there. But there were some SIs that were like, we're going to have to raise our prices. There's no way we can stay in business while paying an extra 130% cost for our stuff and also charging you the same price. Like, they can't do that. Their margins for profit aren't anywhere near that. So, Michael, there's your answer. Tech Grant says, why trying Meld instead? I did explain this earlier. It was because I had to set up a new stream in a day, including the PC itself, getting all that done, and then setting up a whole stream with scenes and all that. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen with a full-on OBS setup, and I didn't want to bring my OBS setup from my other PC over here. It's just too bloated. It's got too much stuff in it, too many sources, all that. I need to clean it up or just start from scratch. Bray, what do you think about pre-owned PCs? Fool's Realm, buy at your own risk. Also, hi. Say hi. You can say hi. Look at that, one vote. I told you, Lone Vaquero, nobody, there's not enough people here for there to be a lot of people who know a lot about cloud gaming services. But yeah, it's So Meld is great if you're trying to get something done quickly, but it has too many issues. And the fact that you don't have, at least as far as I could see, adjustable bit rates for each output, like YouTube, Twitch, Kick, whatever, is such a massive oversight. I have to wonder if anyone over there has ever streamed before. Like if they've done that, if they've done the service they're providing, if they've done the service for themselves, if they've done themselves. Let's scratch that last one. But yeah. That's okay, Grant, you're good. Well, and by the way, sometimes I do just sort of sit still. That's not... Man. All right, whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to get into this. All right, guys. You know the drill, or maybe you don't, actually. PC matchmaking means that you fill out a form where you give me answers to some pretty basic questions and some slightly detailed questions. And you let me know what your budget is, what you're going to use your PC for, all that kind of stuff. And then I help you find the right PC, like pre-built PC or parts list for your DIY build. Whichever you're going with, pre-built or DIY, does not matter. If you need the help, you got the help, and I'll provide it. Okay. Looks like we've had some people enter their forms in the last couple weeks, so I'm hoping they're here. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you have filled out the form and you showed up to the stream to get your help, I don't automatically know that. You got to let me know, and I've given you a couple of ways to do that. Okay? Well, first off, if you need to fill out the form, that link is popping up in chat now and then. It's by Stream Elements there. Want help getting the right PC for your budget and needs? You know, those things that a lot of y'all ignore. That one has a link in it where you click it, it takes you to the form, you fill it out. That's on the Twitch side. On the YouTube side, go to the description. It's the very first thing there. Fill out that form. If you have filled out the form and you're waiting for help, again, I don't automatically know that. So if you're watching on Twitch, all you have to do is follow the channel and you get free emotes. One of them says, I'm on the list. Just fill out that, just click that, put it in chat, and I'll know you're on the list. On YouTube, that emote is only, it's stupid. I can't give you custom emotes unless you pay for the membership. You don't have to do that. Just type out @Breathorn, I'm on the list, and then I'll know. Don't type out, I'm on it. Don't type out, I'm here. Good, welcome. I'm glad to know you're here. But that, I need you to type @Breathorn, I'm on the list. In fact, if you want to, you could even type @Breathorn, I am on the list. If you don't like apostrophes. Those are your two options. What's up, Bone Shock? How's it going? I did have a good time. Clone Smurf, I have 2 pre-owned PCs for sale on Facebook Marketplace now. Thank you for your interest, says Clone Smurf. Okay, interesting. Is this a party where everyone who hates Trump and his... Okay, we don't make this political. I didn't mention that name. I just spoke facts about tariffs and their seemingly random changes. Let's not make it political, because I mean, it is, but we don't have to discuss it in such a way. We can just be like, here are the facts. I know how I feel about it. You don't need to know how I feel about it. You can guess how I feel about it. Yay. let's just say the art of this deal looks like a Jackson Pollock. Anyways, that's my only comment on it. Peter, thank you for saying to smash that like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, whatever side of the aisle you're on, you have to admit the whole tariff thing has kind of been ups and downs, roller coasters, and not great. Not great for the average person. So we'll see how it shakes out. I've been, like, I was actually just talking to Onward about this, that I've been hesitant to post a video about it because it changes like every other day. And then my video is like misinformation at that point, or just missing information. So that feels good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to help you guys as much as possible. Just understand this. Whatever price the thing that I recommend is, it could change tomorrow. And that is completely out of our hands and pretty much out of the hands of SIs as well. Y'all don't even know how bad it is, because it's not just like there are so many links in the supply chain. And every one of them wants extra money right now. Every one of them. MSRPs are like suggestions. That's why it says manufacturer suggested retail price. And AIB partners for GPUs are, they might have an MSRP card. Most of them did. That was the original problem at launch for most of these cards. Okay. It starts there. Actually, no, it starts with NVIDIA at the source with the, and then actually, no, the source is TSMC. TSMC openly said a year and a half ago, like, hey, we're raising our prices on everything. Enjoy. Okay. So TSMC, NVIDIA, AIB partners. And then to, well, of course, there's freight, shipping, but then to distributors. Okay. I happen to have a leaked email that I'm going to be talking about in a video where I talk about the tariffs, because it's not just the tariffs. It is every step of the supply chain. People getting greedy because there's a massive distributor, okay? A massive distributor where the one of the heads there was speaking to the entire sales team, who this distributor sells to. They send allocations of GPUs to retailers and system integrators, all right? And basically head honcho over there was like, hey, guess what? With these on the second, with all these announcements of tariffs, our clients are going to be coming in to buy as much product as possible. You will not honor any previously provided prices, and instead only offer the pricing sent via direct message. So basically, each different. It's sick. It's sickening, man. They're like, oh boy, tariffs haven't hit yet, but we're acting like they are. Remember that retailers and system integrators are the last link on the supply chain. After another step, there's just been greed after greedy moves after greedy moves after greedy moves. And people wonder, like, how does this 5090 get to like $3,500? To $4,000? Yeah, of course. It's all, but the thing is, I have that leaked email. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna call them out. They don't really have a public-facing side of that company, of that distribution company, but that also means they probably don't have a very robust PR team. So I hope they have fun dealing with that, because I'm not the only one talking about it. Sorry for the shameless Facebook plug. Couldn't help myself. What, was that you who did that? Clone Smurf is you. You don't have the same name on both, so would be no way for me to know that. What's up, humanity? How's it going? Oh, trust me, I know I work for Gerber. I see. Amazon has a selection law, and the Micro Center in Columbus has 5080s. Yep. Just remember, you guys Everyone's pocketing a lot of this money. And of course, I mean, whatever happens with these tariffs, that goes directly to the government. Like, they're getting that. That's from you to them. Well, no. Basically, whoever's receiving it in the States pays those tariffs. And they then sell it. And they charge more. And so that company pays more. But they're like, hey, people will pay anything for this stuff. We're going to charge more too. And then it's over and over and over. It's a good time. So right now is probably the best time to buy, like if you can buy right now, because there's stuff out there that wasn't as affected by it. There's probably some system integrators who haven't bloated their prices yet and remember, that is a survival tactic. Like it's not even a tactic. It's like, crap, we need to keep the lights on. We have builders and employees and custodians to pay and pay their insurance and pay the taxes on their all that stuff. Like, they got to stay in business. It's really, really frustrating, man. We love seeing call companies out. I don't love having to do it. Oh, John with the Glizzy's here. Let me go ahead and mark you as here. Did anybody help me out, chat? Did anybody else say they were here for help? Lone Vaquero, that's not how it works. You got to enter the form if you're going to be doing that. Because there is someone now I found who is, I read your chat right as I saw someone say they're here for help, who got themselves on the list. I could do a 750. Oh my God. Y'all got to understand, the budget PC is going bye-bye. Okay. Particularly if like the budget PC is like, it was already after the pandemic and the GPU shortages and crypto boom and all that stuff. It was already just barely limping along to get a budget PC with new parts. It's going to be demolished. And I see no recourse. Yeah, John, I saw that. You used the emote. I've got you on the list. You're good to go. What's up, Daniel? And upselling. Okay. Okay. Hi. You just came in swinging. Ended up selling my P. I don't have context for that. So. No one else on Twitch said they were here except John. Okay. Thank you, Onward. Appreciate that. Igor, what's going on? Thank you for the tier 3 sub. How the heck are you doing, buddy? Thank you for the tier 3 sub. Let's go, nerds. What's up, Igor 1980? Look at that 17-month streak. Love it. Thanks, buddy. Funny thing about that effect, when using it through Elgato, it keeps, like if I cut it off, I think it's going to continue it when I turn the effect back on. Let's listen. Yep, it did. Making a budget PC video is hard right now for $500, $600. You better off saving for $750 to $800 now. Yep, parts are tough right now. They're only going to get tougher. So the latest updates were okay. So it's like it was last Friday or the Friday before last. But there was an exemption announced for PC parts and other stuff, other small electronics, semiconductors, and for the Chinese tariffs, which are the biggest. It's like 125% or something ludicrous like that. And then like the following week, they're like, nah, just playing. We actually specifically want to hit semiconductors. Get owned, gamers. Get wrecked. Like, there was no announcement. Then why are you talking? You're talking to say that that's not that it's you're saying the opposite because you said the thing on Friday. Now then you have to correct it. If you hadn't originally said the thing, you wouldn't have to be saying what you're saying right now. Why even say there wasn't? It's so confusing. It's Oh, how are we supposed to have any level of consumer confidence? I don't know what to do. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I have no idea how it's going to hit. So I'm going to help everybody I can. But like, you don't want to wait right now. If you're like ready to buy, you just do it. Doing okay, recovering from skin cancer. Sure. Oh my goodness. Igor, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're recovering well. Oh, that must be rough. And thank you for the 2 gifted subs. You don't gift it. No. You can hold on to that. I appreciate the 2 gifted subs. You don't have to do that every time. You're recovering from surgery, for Pete's sake, right now. Well, thank you for gifting 2 tier 1 subs to Jay's Brave and Ishmandius. And Braxton1823, thank you for the tier 3 sub for 13 months. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Should be able to get a system with 3060, 3070 area GPU. 7660. Yeah, I don't know. It's if you can find them, Clone Smurf, if you can find them. Okay. MSRP, is this the minimum price we're willing to sell it for that give us decent profit margin? Yeah. I like paying 200% for extra things I already can't afford. Yeah, pretty much. Skeeter, how did I miss the 100 bits earlier? Thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate that. What's up, Flixie? How's it going? Daniel, here you go. There's your monitor. It's even gone down in price. It's awesome. I'm looking at one right now. It's a great monitor. Okay, so apparently only John with the glizzy is here. So no one else who filled out the form is here and waiting for help because they did not sound off that they're here. Yes, Daniel, $200. Great refresh rate. Looks awesome. Colors are great. Just a good monitor, man. Even the stand is really good, unless you're going to mount it. All good, boss. I already forgot I sent the bits. Well, you're welcome for reminding you. That'll be 100 bits. Thank you. I'm kidding. eBay charges 13.5% in seller fees plus the taxes plus shipping plus risk of losing it in shipping. No thanks. I mean, if you're trying to sell PC stuff, I mean, you could always try to join up on Java.gg as a seller. I've got a beef with them because they took a decent amount of hours of my time to help them with something, and we were playing something out, and then they ghosted me. So that was cool, but that was a long time ago. It's really too bad I'm so good at holding a grudge. I'm not, but yeah. Okay, very cool upgrade. That's a beefy upgrade right there. Now, that's including because 5800X3D socket AM4 DDR4 RAM, so that's including CPU, motherboard, RAM, and the GPU. If I were buying a pre-owned PC, what should be some things I look for? Fool's Realm, Mike, I'm going to answer your question with a question. Are you comfortable with troubleshooting? Basically being your own warranty, swapping out parts if you need to, and finding issues wherever they might be. Is that something you're comfortable with? That's cool, Daniel. Cool. I'd say it would be a learning curve for me. Yeah, here's what I would do, Fool's Realm. Look up a YouTube channel, Nerd on a Budget. Nerd on a budget. He's awesome when it comes to like, he has videos where he literally buys PCs from people. He shows the process of like meeting with them, testing it out, all the stuff to look for. That's what you want. I mostly focus on brand new PCs. Danny is awesome, Igor. Igor, did you see the video that I was in? The hot takes video? Did you guys all see the hot takes video? I hope you did. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. And he happened to ask me to be part of something that a lot of awesome tech content creators were part of, where we were sharing our tech hot takes. You've already heard mine. Y'all have already heard mine. But you'd be surprised. I think it was more a hot take for other content creators rather than for audio. It was not a hot take. Yeah, I figured it might not be for some, but no, you would be surprised. For those who like are religiously following Gamers Nexus videos and making all their decisions based on charts, that's a hot take. That's a scorching hot take. Got to meet him LTX. He was a great person. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely awesome dude. But that was fun. I got to just share my perspective. And the thing is, Igor, you've been watching me for a while. But if you just watch hardware reviewers, all you watch is Hardware Unboxed and Gamers Nexus and stuff, you're used to my perspective. You're used to the way I think. That kind of audience is not. So the hot takes are all about context, perspective. Daniel, I would say a 5080 is a bit wasted on a 1080p 180 hertz monitor. I mean, that's a 4K gaming card right there. Okay, we have more people who have filled out the form but have not sounded off in chat that they are here and waiting for help. Again, the way to do that, and John with the Glizzy, we're going to be helping out here in 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Remember, if you're watching on Twitch, use the emote that says I'm on the list. If you're not following the channel, that emote will not show up for you. But if you follow the channel, it's a free emote because following is free. And it's all I ask for giving you free help. If you're watching on YouTube, you just have to type @Brayathorn, I'm on the list. That @Brayathorn part is critical because it highlights the chat for me and I won't miss it. Oh, did I say 4080, Daniel? Or did I say 5080? I thought I said 4080. It doesn't matter. The 80 class card is designed for 4K gaming. But I mean, also really high-end 1440p gaming as well. A reminder, okay, you're getting free help here. The very least thing you can do is just follow very simple instructions. If you're watching on YouTube and you're on the list to get help, type @Brayathorn, I'm on the list. I will not pay it. I will not acknowledge anything but that. You're getting free help that would cost money with others. Like that's free from me to you. You can follow some simple instructions in order to get that free help. You said 5080. Well, 4080. Same thing. It's meant for 4K. Oh, I totally forgot. Last week, a friend of mine called me with questions. He already bought a 14-gen Intel Micro Center. Oh. What does he have to do right away to not have Intel self-destruct? You got to get the latest BIOS, and we don't have any substantive evidence that the microcode was a fix. Not yet. It takes time. Okay, for competitive gaming, you can stick with 1080p, Daniel. Okay, you can do that, but I would go way higher than 180 hertz. I mean, like 380. With a 4080, you can go way higher than 180. You're not really getting the... And also, I hate to say it, but that 5800X3D it would have been a better CPU with the for high-end 1080p gaming than the 7700X. X3D chips tend to do way better with 1080p, like really high-level 1080p gaming. But if you go to 1440p, you should be fine because it takes a little bit less, a little bit of the work off the CPU. It's more GPU then. My God. That is what you type on YouTube. And if you smash the name, it doesn't hide. God, I feel like I'm asking you to do rocket science here. I'm not. Here, let's make it appropriate. Simon Says, type at Brayathorn and don't mash other words into it. And then type I'm on the list. You have to put a space after it or it won't highlight my name. That was a joke because I'm talking pretty much directly to Simon Says here. And it's just funny for me to do a Simon Says on that. What's up, Kenneth? How's it going? Sorry, just saw you there. And I was after I had read the one that was after you. Sorry about that. When I finish it, Bray, I'll post my Steam OS PC, fully water-cooled 7700 with 7900 XTX. Nice. Sounds cool. So just BIOS update and pray. That's simple enough. I can help with that. That's pretty much it. If I sign up to get a free straitjacket, no, but it does contribute to me getting one for myself. What's up, Day Zero? How's it going? Or Day Z, 0 Day. Sorry. I'm not on the list, but you helped me a while back and I love my PC. You demand. You got it, 0 Day. No problem. Happy to help. My gut feelings of roast tonight seems accurate. Look, man, I'm back. And I'm, you know, it was very stressful over there. I gotta, it's cathartic sometimes to be like, hey, do this. No. Do this. Listen, do this. You know, I don't think I'm asking a lot. Okay, so John with the glizzy. You still here? Have to lurk. Love watching these. Thank you, Equations. Appreciate that. Thank you for the lurk. Bray, need a full padded room. Igor, I do need acoustic foam for my room. That could serve double duty. The whole reason I mean, I love this microphone, but the whole reason I use it is because it's a dynamic mic, so I don't need acoustic treatment that much. Anthony C, what's going on? So, I'm about to step to 240 hertz monitor from 144 hertz because, yeah, I don't know what you're going from to the 5070 Ti, but good. Is 240 noticeably better than 144? Yeah. I mean, you're not telling me the resolution, so I can't tell whether it's going to be easy for the 5070 Ti to hit that number or not. But, I mean, if you're talking monitors, you should include resolution with that. Chalupa Batman, what's going on? Hi, welcome, greetings. Do you think the jump from 2080 Ti to 5080 is substantial enough to justify the cost? I mean, I would probably, it depends on the cost. I mean, what price did you find it for, Chalupa Batman? Prices are fluctuating like crazy right now. If on the list if on the list is this hard, I'm dreading name, max budget, you know, all those things. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait. All right, John with the glizzy. Let's go. Let's see if this camera stopped working now. Let's find out. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited to see. No, still working. Okay, good. Neato. Okay. So apparently, Simon says, you in a bad mood, man. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm in a great mood. However, if you think this is the first time I've stood my ground on having people follow simple instructions to get free help, it ain't. I'm just like this. I do this for free. All you got to do is respect that enough to do things the way I ask you to do them when you're filling out your form and when you let me know you fill out your form. That's it. Okay, so John with a glizzy. Let's see here. So we're looking at 1,500 to 2,000. So John, please tell me, what is the actual maximum budget for your PC? Solid number, not a range. What are we looking at? No, we're going to do one PC. I don't know why you need two PCs for yours. You can fill out another form later, but I mean, basically, I'm just planning on doing it. Why do you need me to do a second PC though? If you could tell me. $1,900. All right. Look at that. You're actually within the range you gave. Thank you. All right. Okay, so it looks like we're doing a Micro Center build. So we have to first see if that Micro Center near you has... Oh, wow. You want to do a lot with this. Okay, cool. So it looks like you want to do gaming, pro gaming / esports, streaming, content creation / video editing, and graphic design. We'll do our best. But you don't know what resolution you want to use. Minimum I would do is 1440p for that. A little bit of you want a little bit of RGB, that's fine. Okay. Yes, we are still on. By the way, I did see the question. Are we still on the K95? We are. The thing is, I have to change that tomorrow because I'm using that for my test system for the 5060 Ti. I would love to like use my small form factor build for it. That'd be cool and all, but like I don't have a CPU in there. I built that with the 9800X3D, and I totally intended to use that continuously, like as a gaming PC, but I can't because I needed that 9800X3D for this system. Buy the one that he builds twice? Well, that would be higher price. Like they want another one at a lower budget. I don't know that I've seen a 24-inch 1440p monitor, Daniel. 27-inch, you can have it a little farther away. There you go. It's going to look exactly the same to your eyes. I don't know what CPMP gaming, I don't know what that is. I was on the edge of my seat there. Let's see. So we're looking at Houston, Texas. I should adjust this. Okay. There we go. Now, because you want to do a lot with this, you want to do gaming, programming, esports, streaming, content creation, video editing, and graphic design. Like, this is a PC that you kind of want one PC that does everything. That's tough. Like, for streaming, I don't recommend getting a PC that, a motherboard that doesn't have a lot of I/O. But in order to make this work, we probably need to do a bundle, which means you can't choose a motherboard. So I'm probably going to end up recommending that you get an add-in USB card, so you have enough output, I/O for your stream setup. For the website you're about to use, can I pay monthly, such as Klarna or Affirm? They have a credit thing. I mean, you chose Micro Center, and you chose the Houston Micro Center. I'm going by your choice here. Yeah, if you look at the form, when it comes to Micro Center, you have 3 options. You can choose yes, and then choose your location like you did. Or you can choose yes, but I don't want to get my PC there, and then I look at a system integrator or something. Or you can choose no, you don't live near a micro center. So you chose yes and you selected your location. That inherently tells me that you want to go with micro center. Is that incorrect? What's up, Special Joey? How's it going? When you leave the Micro Center builder this time, tell them it's because they don't sell a 1996 Honda Civic to use as a computer case. I'm just going to directly copy and paste what you said right there. Including the part where it says when you leave the Micro Center builder this time and your Twitch name. I'm doing okay. Doing all right. You know, maintaining. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I was trying to find the best offer. Well, I don't know what kind of financing they offer here. I know they have in-store credit that you can do. Well, not in-store credit, but you can get like a Micro Center card. I don't think they do Affirm or Klarna. I don't know. Let me see if I go to cart, what it says. I would have to go to checkout and stuff, so I don't know. Hold on. Let me just do this. Wait, we don't even know if they have any GPUs anyway. Select video card. They do. They have some 50 series cards, 5070 and 5070 Ti. Good Lord. Asus. $1,000 for a 5070 Ti. That is literally $250 above MSRP. That's how it is. It's what it is, guys. That's going to be everywhere. I guess it would be the 5070 for your build. Anyway, let's go here. We're just going to try adding something to the cart. Wait, I can just do lists like this? I guess I could. Let me add to list. Can I just add it to cart? Oh, I can't check out with that. That's why. Okay. I don't know why I chose GPUs for this. Just choose an SSD. Add to cart. View cart. Check out. As guests. Okay, we're not going to get to it. So yeah, I don't know if they have that. Funny, because I actually am leaving the builder and it didn't ask me why. How about that? Are the GPUs are plentiful in Texas? I looked, there was 3 different 50 series GPUs, and one of them, there was only one of the 5070 Ti's. I wouldn't call that plentiful, but it's not nothing. I know I clicked pre-built gaming PCs. I know I clicked it, but okay. No! Don't move stuff down like that. I hate that. Okay, let's wait for it to refresh. Micro Center didn't want that smoke tonight. I don't know if they, yeah, maybe they had like Affirm and they canceled it because they knew I was going to be looking at the site. I don't know. Put on your fast pants. Cool, I'm a verified Twitch user now, thanks to you. Oh, do I have it set to where only verified users can chat? That's probably pretty smart of past me to do that. But there you go. Congratulations. Adam, that is kind of crazy. I guess it's a specialty card, though. I mean, it's a very... I mean, I don't know. Who knows? That or they've dealt with a lot of fraud. I don't know what... Actually, I'm just talking. I don't actually know if that would have anything to do with it. Micro Center, if you're listening, come to Canada. Yeah, Turdog, I don't think that's going to happen. Because Micro Center likes having good prices. And there's duties on everything that goes into Canada. PC-wise, at least. I know that much. Okay, so we're looking at 1900. So we're going to start this off around, let's say, 1700. To 2000. I support your dream. Pipe dream, is though it may be. Yeah, Skytech's got some nice cases. They do. What'd you say for the color of the PC? You said you wanted it in black. Okay. Well... all of these have 5070s in them. Except for this one that has a 4070 Ti Super. You want yours in black, though. So, here's what we're looking at. Okay. Ryzen 7 9700X. Okay, hear me out on this. It's actually a decent choice for this, for what you're doing. Okay. 360 millimeter AIO, B650. So that's going to mean not a ton of IO, but you can add in, you can put an add-in card, a PCIe add-in card very easily. It's plug and play. 32 gigs DDR5 6000, RTX 5070, 1 terabyte. And M.2 drive, Gen 4, 850 watt power supply. Okay. The 9700X, 8 cores, 16 threads. It's not a video editing monster, but it is the #1 consumer desktop CPU for Photoshop. You mentioned graphic design. It is the fastest CPU when it comes to Photoshop. Gaming, if you're going for 1440p like I recommend, the CPU is not that important. The GPU is more important there. And the 5070 can game at 1440p all day long. I showed it in the video where I reviewed it. It had 0 problems with that when I was testing it. 32 gigs DDR5, not a lot of RAM when it comes to video editing. But let me ask you this. Zelmov, thank you for the alert. Also, graphic design is at least my priority. Oh, good. Good. Well, let me ask you, John. Tell me about the video editing situation. What that's like? What's that like? What software are you going to use? How in depth is it going to be? Chalupa Batman at Brayathorn. I'm on the list. All right, you got it. Let me mark you down. My Predator PC? Are you sure you want to call it that? My Predator PC had 4800 megahertz RAM. I changed to 6000 megahertz and got a 15 to 20 FPS increase. Awesome. Cool. Put on your fast pants. Are you asking if anyone's from Arkansas, but like with a space in between and some weird capitalization? Dodger Dog, I'm pretty sure they meant Acer Predator. Not too in-depth. I'm getting into content creation, but I mostly stream and play video games. Okay, you'll be fine with this then. Yeah, you'll be fine with this. Also, sick-looking PC. This is the case I chose when I was doing my Black Friday special with them. 360mm AIO means you can upgrade the CPU down the line and not have any issues with cooling. Looking at this, you actually did choose no. You chose no when it came to wanting to upgrade your CPU later on. You might change your mind at some point. Your socket, looking at socket AM5, so you're good there. Now, I am going to... Let me just duplicate this real quick to keep this one on the screen. Let's go back. Now, that is showing 1909. That's above budget, but I do have a coupon code for Skytech, so that'll bring us under budget there. I'm going to check and see if there are any... No, we don't want 13th gen Intel randomly. No. Or 14th gen. Okay, yeah. No, this is pretty much the best option I see here for your price bracket on Skytech. We can quickly look for... Oh, you know what? Just for this, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Just see if there's anything enticing at this range here. Not really. There's really not much when we drop the budget down to just about 1,300 bucks. Wow, that's crazy. I'm telling y'all, this stuff's hitting hard. I now have an Acer monitor, lol, never referring to it as the other word. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Simon, I'd probably go with that name. Probably feels a bit snappier after upgrading the RAM. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, if you're, it depends on if you're working with like 7000 series or 9000 series Ryzen, DDR5 6000 is the way to go. That will get you one-to-one memory synchronization. Infinity Fabric set to 2000 megahertz. Everything be good to go. V for V says, I love turtles. Wow, it's an old meme, but it checks out. Okay, yeah, so I would say this right here. Hold on, let me fix something real quick. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. Let's see real quick. I want to check real quick and see how iBuyPower is doing. The thing is, I've been at a show for like a traveling to, attending and working at, and then traveling back from a show in Vegas. Not a show, but like NAB, trade show. So I'm a little out of the loop. So this is their $1,900 system here. 7700X B650M. That's going to be a big no. Same thing with the 5070. Also, you have a newer 9700X with the other system. You have faster RAM. You have a full-size motherboard instead of a micro ATX motherboard, and the same GPU. Try harder, iBuyPower. Come on. SMH, my head. Windows and drivers installing on my PC, only 8 years of installing left to go. Well, Dodger Dog, at least you've got us to keep you company. The name iBuyPower does not sound good to me. It's literally what you're doing when you buy a PC. I think they were talking about a rebrand a year and a half ago or something. I was talking with them about that. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it would be a good idea. Can 16 gigs of RAM handle GTA 5? Sharon Jackson, is GTA 5 the only thing that's running? Also, welcome to the stream. Hello, greetings. How you doing? I Buy Frames, I Buy Wins. I think what I Buy Power's been doing with their VCTA thing with Valorant has been really cool. Anytime someone gets an ace in the Valorant esports tournaments and stuff, they give away a PC. It's really cool. But I think they need to turn their attention a little bit more to their specs because they're kind of falling behind other system integrators. Like, guys, the thing is, I'm usually caught up with a lot of this stuff, and you'll see me going to the same SIs a lot, and it's because when I'm on top of things, I regularly check other SIs to see how they're doing, and iBuy Power's kind of been slipping a little bit. I don't like to see it. I spent a lot of time working with them to keep my code working and all that, and it's like, what are y'all doing? Okay, anyone else want to take a peek at? Let's see what Alexander PCs has in this price bracket. Choose a tier, choose here. I like this. This is so cool. Look at this. Look what they did. Ah, the Centurion would be right in budget after my discount. Nice. And this is with a 9070. Wait. Oh, it's 2098 now. That's out of budget. Yeah, never mind. Oopsie. All right. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to say this one right here. Let's see what it comes out to with my discount. You have to choose a warranty. So you have to choose 1 year standard pretty much. Hit add to cart. And see what it comes out to. Again, apologies to the Twitch audience for Twitch for meld, like, I don't know if it's meld or Twitch, but basically for it being in 720p. If you want higher resolution for this, you can always go watch on YouTube. The thing about it is that higher resolution comes with the price of it being more laggy over there. There's more delay. So if we proceed to checkout here and we go to promo code SWARM and we hit apply, let's see what it comes out to. That's going to come out to $1852.69. Shipping is free, and you get a 1 year standard warranty with that. You can upgrade it if you want to when you're checking out, and all you got to worry about is taxes. There you go. Now, you guys will hear me say code, use this code. And that is something where I have a lot of those with a lot of different system integrators. So it's not, there's no favoritism going on. So what it is, there's people who like to come in and gift subs or do donos or things like that. I don't ask for any of that for this because I would prefer that you support what I do by saving money rather than spending money. So these codes do that. You save money off your PC and it supports what I do. So just be sure to put in code SWARM. It'll bring down the price by like $50. And you support my endeavors in helping people get into PC gaming in a way that works for them. Now, let me add on something here for you. So I would recommend this. It is $25 on Amazon. This adds in more USB ports, which can be super helpful for streaming because we have no idea how many USB ports are on the back of that PC. And this is so easy to install. You literally just open the side, you remove one screw to take out the PCIe slot cover, you plug this thing in, screw in the bracket, the support bracket, and then you close your PC, turn it on, and you're good to go. Make sure PC is off when you do this, by the way. Off, unplug it, then do this. But yeah, that's going to add in 7 USB 3.0 ports, which like most Elgato devices like USB 3.0, especially the webcams, things like that. And yeah, you'll be golden. Unless you get a lot of control surfaces and devices for streaming, I think this is going to more than cover what you need. And it's just $25 on Amazon. In fact, here is the link for it. No hot swaps on the USB expansion card. Yeah, don't hot swap your card. PCIe is not hot swappable usually. Power GPU did a tweet about how their shipment of GPUs got held up at customs because of a price increase. I didn't see that tweet. That's awful. Mikey Mike, what's going on? Welcome. Do you have a link to that? Yep. This is not an affiliate link. I haven't had access to my Amazon affiliate account for a long time. Sucks. Anyway, Sharon Jackson did not respond when I asked. Oh, you did respond. That's I meant. Sorry, I didn't mean to say did not respond. No, did respond. Yep, GTA 5 is the only thing that's going to be running. If you're going to just be running it vanilla like that, just the game itself, then you're probably fine. If you're going to be doing, if you're going to run any mods, or if you're going to be running GTA RP, as in 5M or something like that, you're going to want 32 gigs of RAM. Or Soda, what's up? Happy to hear the pieces are still going strong. That's awesome. Doing okay. Doing okay. Just got back from NAB in Vegas. Very tired, very exhausted, but it was a good time. Thank you. No problem, Chalupa Batman. You got it. And I am going to continue to say your entire name. Hey, Braythorn, I got to work in the morning. Jumping off here. Thanks, sir. You got it, Simon says. No problem. Man and Machine Power Extreme says Sailor X. Interesting. Living that GTA 5 life. How old is the game now? Like 12 years old, 7 years old, whatever, 8 years old. I don't know. Still going strong. That's how I started. Started as a GTA 5 streamer. Oh, GTA Online streamer, I should say. Okay, so the next person that has not only gotten on the list, but stated that they're on the list and that they're here and ready for help is Chalupa Batman. Chalupa Batman, it is your turn. A reminder to everyone who is on the list and waiting for help. You have different ways of doing it on Twitch and on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, use the emote that you get for free after following for free. That says I'm on the list. Horse Soda, are you on the list? What? Where are you on the list? I don't remember. You're not on here. Were you just demonstrating? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, add in a use this one or something so I know. I was like, oh, it must have been a while back. Okay, all good. Thank you for the help. Appreciate that. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you have to type out @Brayathorn, the @ symbol, Brayathorn. I'm on the list. And yes, you have to go to the excruciating effort of actually spelling my name correctly for it to work. I'm very sorry. But yeah, that's a thing for sure. Well, not Jeff at the top of the list has got to be Jeff. I don't know where you're getting that information from. That's very presumptuous of you. I was going to install LSPDFR, though. You're making that up. I think you're making that up. I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry, I don't know how to spell. Rurutu, you don't need help, though, so that's okay. What time is the stream tomorrow? It's probably going to be 8. It's like every other one. I might try to do it a little bit earlier, but probably going to be 8 p.m. Central. Plot twist. I was told by Jeff to chat, I'm on the list, emote with no context. That tracks. That tracks with consistent behavior from Jeff. I can see that being a thing. I have yet to try it. Really, Robert? It's a classic. It's a great game. And now there's an updated version with better graphics. And I think you're in a good position to try that out. Okay, so Chalupa Batman, what I need from you is, because you gave a high-end range here of $4,000 to $5,000. What is your actual maximum budget for your PC? The actual maximum. Digging that shirt, looks awesome. Thank you very much. I do like it a lot. Jeff the Land Shark. I think I'm sorry if Jeff is listening. He's a little too cranky to be Jeff the Land Shark. Jeff the Land Shark has an infallibly positive disposition. Okay, max is 5K, so I can just remove this right here. Well, I have good news for you, because if you're just gaming at 1440p, your budget is entirely too high. You wanted it in black. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm going to show you something here. This is a build video from Mikey over at Sick PCs. Of an absolutely and appropriately sick PC. So this is in the Fantex Evolve X. You can see that there. X2, excuse me, Evolve X2. This PC is ready to ship. And I can give you the, let me give you the specs on this. It has let's see. Oh, here's a better picture of it. or not. I can't zoom in on that actually. Well, okay. He should take some pictures with the lights on. 9800X3D, a Fantex Glacier 1 cooler, 360 millimeter, a ASUS ROG Strix X870E-E gaming Wi-Fi motherboard, Trident Z5 Royal, a 2 terabyte Samsung SSD 9100 Pro. That is a 14,800 megabyte per second drive. It's the latest from Samsung. Now this has a 5070 Ti, 16 gig video card. I think the 5070 Ti is one of the best cards in the lineup from NVIDIA because you're not paying an insane amount for it at base MSRP anyway. And the performance is amazing. I was able to play at 4K, no problem on this thing. Any game I threw at it, it chewed up and spit out. It was amazing. A 1,000 watt Seasonic Vertex GX 1000. And all Fantex M25 120 fans. And this thing is, of course, Sick PCs is a boutique builder. And this is a ready-to-ship system. They don't do many of these, okay? But you basically have the highest-end gaming CPU for gaming on the market. You have one of the, let me find a better shot of this because you see this case is insane. Let me find a better shot of this. It wouldn't have this GPU. Okay, but this is what the case looks like. Oh, that's a terrible picture. Can y'all give me a better one, please? There we go. Yeah, it's a sick looking case. It's insanely cool looking. So 16 gigs of RAM can't handle mods? Well, no. Yeah, they take up more RAM. I would just recommend 32 gigs at that point. If you're playing modded games, there's certain games like Escape from Tarkov that just by definition just needs more RAM. Modded games like modded Skyrim, Minecraft, they are just known for using more RAM. I'm not sure what V for V is going for there, but yeah. But yeah, this one's ready to ship. And now this is a boutique build from a boutique builder with a high-end motherboard. I'm not showing you the actual build. With a very high-end motherboard. Top-of-the-line CPU. And you have the whole video of the entire build available for you to watch. So you can see the whole process. How are the temps? If the temps weren't good, Mikey would not ship it or sell it. I mean, the 9800X3D does better thermally than the 7800X3D ever did, while getting better frequencies and having room for overclocking. Plus, you have 3 dedicated fans pulling in fresh air and blasting that fresh air directly into the GPU fans. So it's pretty good. It's also very positive. It's kind of got a positive airflow setup where even though you have 4 exhaust fans, 3 of those fans are pushing against a radiator. So it's about like a balanced setup then for pressure. But yeah, it should rock for both. Don't think I would suggest that case if you're putting it on the floor or under your desk. Well, you shouldn't put it on the floor anyway, Adam. That's not recommended in any case. By me anyway. If you can't put it on your desk, which who wouldn't put this thing on the desk? I mean, look at this. It's freaking gorgeous. One good thing is it seems like it has a platform down here for pushing down carpet. If you have carpet, I still wouldn't put it down there. This thing's too beautiful to hide under your desk. Yeah, horse ants. That was, you know, I do throw the word case around here and there, and sometimes it is an intended pun, like there. V for V, I think you're just confusing Sharon Jackson. I think you're just confusing that. But yeah, no, this case has been reviewed. The temps are good. The only negative thing that I've really heard about is that it can be difficult to build in because you have limited space for cable management. You don't have to worry though, because I mean, you can actually watch how the cable management was done in this video. This also includes custom cable mod cables as well, as you can see here. So yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, that is pretty smart. It's kind of like something that, what is it? It's kind of like something that Falcon Northwest, how did I not remember the name Falcon Northwest for a while? Like they do for their PSU intake. They have a large platform sort of support for the back that makes sure there's airflow for that. But don't put this thing on the floor anyway. Make some space on your desk. And the Evolve X2 also is not a super wide case. It's not a dual chamber case. So it doesn't take up a lot of footprint on your desk like a dual chamber 011 Evo or something would take. So I could recommend this for what you're looking at. And it's also like how much under budget for you? It is a boutique build coming in at $3,700. Yes. But every component is the absolute peak of that component category. The RAM, Trident Z5 Royal 32 gigs, DDR5 6000, and it was CL26. Super low latency RAM. Gorgeous with like the chrome and the RGB and everything. The motherboard, our X870E-E, is one of the nicest motherboards in the X870 lineup. It's one of the nicer ones from ASUS, and tons of IO, tons of storage options, all that stuff. Just everything is at a really high level here, and you're still $1,300 under budget. You can get yourself a killer monitor with that to go with it. So this is just an option for you. Let me look at the timeline for you. Let's see. Looking to buy within a week, and you're hoping to get it within a month. But yeah, this is just something where it's just ready to go out the door. If this works for you, you're good to go. It's just, this is one I've held at the back of my mind because Mikey came to me directly and said, hey, I got this thing ready to ship for whoever wants it. So they always end up on the floor, shoved in the corner, never to be dusted out. Adam, don't say things that make me sad. Why would you do that on purpose? I think that card undervolts OCs extremely well too. Not that it's needed. Yeah, I like the 5070 Ti. It's my favorite out of the whole lineup. The thing is, if you go, if you want to, we can look for one where you're going to get a 5080. It's just, you stated 1440p gaming. And gaming is the only thing. You don't really need more than the 5070 Ti, but this has room for future upgrades with that 1000-watt Seasonic power supply. Of course, Seasonic being one of the most reliable power supply manufacturers out there, especially in that they manufacture their own power supplies, which not many others can make a claim to. So yeah, if you want me to look for something else, I can. If you're good with this, I do also have a discount code. Let me see what that comes out to. Add to bag. Proceed to checkout. Let's see what this comes out to with my discount code. $185 off, down to $35.15. So if you want me to look for one that's going to have like a 5080 in it, I can do that. Or if you want the 9070 XT, I can also look for something like that. But this is one that, again, is ready to go from Boutique Builder. Is that good for you, or do you want me to keep looking? I'm ready to move on to another one if you want me to. I'm just waiting for an answer on that. Will I install a graphic mod for GTA 5 and nothing happened? 16 gigs of RAM. I'm not sure what you're asking. I think it fell victim to sentence structure. All right, well, let me give you a link to this one. It's just code Braythorn for that. And I have a thing here where I can put multiple builds in one. I haven't had anyone come out and say that they're on the list, so unless I have I? I don't think so. Of course, my next thought is immediately Alexander PCs, and we're going to look at their legendary options here. And we're going to go straight for the Legatus 2.0, their absolute top-of-the-line system. Now this is where, like, you don't need a 9950X3D, like, at all. You don't. Oh, by the way, and keep in mind that price was like $35.50, $35.80, something like that with my discount at Sick PCs. You don't need a 9950X3D. You don't need that, but that's what this comes with. X870E Carbon Wi-Fi is a great motherboard from MSI. There's also the option to go for the Asus RG Crosshair X870E Hero. I don't think you need to do that. You already are going to have more I/O than you could possibly need with the Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard from MSI. 64 gigs of RAM. Again, not necessary, but excuse me. You could go with a 4 terabyte drive if you want to. It's going to be slower than the Samsung drive, but for gaming, it's not a huge deal. You can add a second storage drive if you want to. I'm sure, though, with the system from Sick PCs, if you request it, they'll add more storage for you before they ship it out. Now, one of the big differences here, I need to check this. Let me actually see real quick. I don't remember off the top of my head what the... Hold on. Oh, there we go. Just looking for the warranty real quick. Okay, so what you get with Sick PCs is lifetime labor coverage, and then whatever warranty the hardware comes with, which is often longer than most SIs have some of their warranties for. So you'll have, like, on a lot of parts, something like a 3-year warranty. Some parts have a 1-year warranty. Some parts, like this, the power supply, are going to have 10 or 12-year warranty, like some really long warranties there. But labor and support, lifetime from Sick PCs. Alexander PCs is just lifetime everything. Lifetime parts, labor, support, everything. Skeeter said a good one, made a good point there. With the budget savings from the Sick PC system, you could just straight up buy a 5080 and put it in there. But then you have a 5070 Ti, which is brand new, which I guess you could sell. There's that. So this is what I would say is a good second option for you. Now, wait, what did I do to get it to... So it's $48.78 minus $50 with my code. My code doesn't do quite as much as it does on Sick PCs. This is taking off $50 for you. But we are the only community that has a code with Alexander PCs, by the way, which is pretty cool. Windows 10 is far more stable than Windows 11. A year ago, I would have agreed with you. Windows 11 has its issues, and of course, Microsoft keeps trying to find ways to make it really annoying to use. But it's reached a good... I mean, generally for like a week after an update, it's going to be eh. But no, it's fairly stable. It's not like it used to be. Of course, Windows 10 is very stable. It's been out for so many years. Windows 11 is fine though now. It's not like it used to be. Save the money, get a good monitor. That's what you will be looking at for years. It's true. Zelma was right. but I'll go ahead and link you this one as well. And the thing is, you're going to want to switch it probably to AMD. There you go. But I'm going to leave it on the standard setup here. There we go. That is the code for both. It's Braethorn for both. You have links to both systems. Basically, one of them is going to have a much higher end CPU. Well, the thing is, you don't need the 9950X 3D, because once you start a game, it just turns into a 9800X 3D anyway. But that's what's in it. You're also getting a 5080 instead of 5070 Ti. And yeah, there you go. You can watch them build it online. They do that. You can request that they. That's another thing. This one's not ready to ship. Generally, you're looking at anywhere from, depending on availability of cards, 3 to 5 weeks. Whereas the SICK PC system is a ready to ship system. What we need to look at real quick, we need to see if there are any ready to ship PCs from Alexander PCs real quick. Let me see. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, wow. You do need to like Silverwolf to like that one, but this would be a pretty sick system right here if it was in the correct color. Oh, it's sold already. Well, the only one here that is ready to ship from Alexander PCs is this one in the Silverwolf Y70. This has a 5080 and a 9800X 3D, so this is more along the lines of what you would need for yours. But man, that's a cool looking system. It's just, you need to be... I mean, either you're like, oh, it's a random anime girl, and I'm cool with that, but this is actually a VTuber. Or no, is it a character? It's a character from... What's the game? Not the Genshin Impact people. With the trains or something. That one. It's from the game. So you need to like that game or that character, or just like random anime girl person there. But this one's ready to ship, and it ships out like the next business day. Estimated shipping for pre-configured models ordered today is 15 to 17 business days. They say estimated shipping for 50 series is 4 to 5 weeks. But for the 5080, it didn't say anything. It said no extended shipping, so I don't know. It could be that 15 to 17 business days. All right, you got it. Let me go ahead and put that secondary option here. Yo, it didn't like that. Stop that. There, I'm just gonna do that. I'll rename it later when I'm not gonna mess up the format. All right. Honkai Star Rail. Hokkaido Star Rail. I bet they have really good ice cream there on that train. It is a sick looking PC. It is a really nice looking PC. I was there when they had this at Computex, and I was like, yo, Hyde is cooking with their collaborations. I could have just looked right here. It's right there. It says it right there. And of course, this is black and purple. How am I not going to like it? But yeah, anyway. Okay. So Chalupa Batman, which you know, again, that's a great name. I just appreciate the name. You're good to go. And I guess we're done, because no one else has said, hey, I'm on the list. You got to let me know. Adam Williams, I boot Windows 10 under 10 seconds with 16 gigs of RAM and an old solid state drive. Well, so that's solid state drive still. When it comes to system boot, that's like the bigger difference. Like the biggest difference is not from like 2.5 inch SATA SSD to M.2. That's not the biggest difference. The biggest difference is from spinning hard disk drive to any solid state storage, to any SSD. That's where the bigger difference is going to be. Jordan M. Vaughn. I'm here, Bedtails. Who's Bedtails? Let me look for your name in here. Jordan M. Vaughn. Jordan. One of one, Jordan Andow. That is not you. Oh, are you saying that you are this one, Bedtails here? Sorry, but your name is supposed to match. Your name is supposed to match. Let's go right here. I don't know if I was too subtle with this, but if you look at the form, first thing you'll see, one of the first things you should see when you're going to fill out this form is in bold right here. If you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree to be roasted on stream. So that's the most important part right there. But then the very first question, what is your Twitch/YouTube handle username? For the purpose of verification, this should match what shows up as your name in chat, entering anything other than your username. And then I show you a helpful picture here. And you may notice that it does not match what's in chat. So that could mean that you're basically, I've had this list up on screen. You could have looked at this and said, oh, whoever Bedtails is, they're not sounding off. Their stuff sounds like mine. I'm going to say I'm that person. Yep, sorry. On Twitch, my name is on Bedtail. Go to Twitch. If you go over to Twitch, then I can verify that. Hey, Bray, haven't been made a stream in a while. My PC still running strong. Glad to hear it, keeping it fishy. Very cool. Chalupa Batman surely wins the username award of the evening. Absolutely. Okay, there we go. See, that's why picture. That's why screenshot here. That's why I do that. Because now I can verify that yeah. Okay, we're going to be helping out Bedtails then. Oh, you know what? No, I was a stickler earlier. Do me a favor, Bedtails. Just drop that I'm on the list emote for me, would you? If I'm going to be a stickler for one person, I should be a stickler for everybody. So I see that you have the sub badge there, so that's good. All you need to do is be a follower, though, and you'll have access to the emote that shows I'm on the list. Here, I'll just drop it for you so you can see which one I mean. I mean that one. It's just the procedure. It's what works for me. Chalupa Batman surely wins the username award of the evening. Absolutely, Robert. 100%. I didn't know we had that award. Cool. Good. Awesome. Now, let me ask you this, if you don't mind. What is the actual maximum budget for your system? Not a range. I use the ranges to help me with charts, with data, but your maximum number of money dollars that you can spend on your PC. $2,500. There will be a $250 shipping fee, but that is fine with me. With whom? What do you mean? Are you? It says you're in the United States. What is that fee coming from? Virgin Islands. Okay. So I don't know if SIs have any limitations shipping to the Virgin Islands. It is considered domestic shipping for USPS purposes. While domestic postage rate supply, mail originating from the U.S. Virgin Islands and destined for the customs territory of the United States is subject to customs clearance procedures. This includes 50 states, District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. The U.S. territory, not a foreign country, therefore shipping it from the U.S. mainland is treated as domestic shipping. In general, we won't be charged import duty. Okay, good. Well, okay. Anyway. Okay, well, I don't know that any of these will have any issue shipping to the Virgin Islands. I do suggest, though, that you make sure, whichever one we look at, that you reach out to them and make sure it's cool. I don't know. But, okay. Because a lot of SIs will use ground shipping, and you can't drive to the Virgin Islands, from what I understand. So... I mean, I would try. Could make for a good video. Okay. Looks like you're interested in a specific PC from iBuyPower. And it's from a configurator. Okay. Now, what you're trying to do here is just gaming at 1440p. Simple enough. Let's see what you went with for that purpose. 7800X 3D and a 9070 XT. All right. 2 terabyte, crucial, 850 watt channel. Well, hold on, let me check something quick. They sell electric air dusters now. I want one. I'm going to be honest with you. The Y40 is a cool looking case. It's nice. I think the new Element 9 Pro is nicer. You have better airflow with this. See, instead of just 2 fans on the side intake, you have 3. You also have more ventilation in the bottom for bottom intake, and you don't have half-height PCIe slots. That's not a huge deal, but the one thing is you're not going to get that setup where it is displaying your GPU like this. But I do think that this case is, in general, better looking, in my opinion. It's also like $19 cheaper, but, you know. Let's see what else you did here. So you went with the 7800X3D. And the price difference between that and the 9800X3D is $143. Can't fault that. I think that's fine. Don't think I would go with a 240 millimeter cooler, though. I would go with a 360. True, a quantum leap forward, spindle to solid state. Now, the only moving part on a computer are the fans and my best friend's dust bunnies staring out the vent grills. Yeah. Although, if you have an AIO, also the pump is another moving part. But, yep. That's just nitpicking at that point. But yeah, I would do a 360 millimeter AIO. The 7800X3D is a bit more thermally sensitive, so that's what I would go with. About 120 millimeters of AIO from a 240 to a 360. It's the 3-fan one, not the 2-fan style, basically. Unless you're asking what's the difference between the cases. What did you think about what I had to say about the cases? The one you chose here versus the second option I have here. What do you think? I really like this one. Like, iBuyPower, their proprietary cases are getting to the point to where I'm like, I kind of want to build in that. Give me that. I want it. Yeah, also the power button up here is super sick. I really like that glowing power button at the top. Looks like some kind of like, I don't know, Iron Man chest thingy. Like, you know, in Iron Man 2 when he made the new element or whatever, you know. Okay, I'll switch it out for you. What's incompatible here? Are you on an MATX motherboard? You're on an MATX motherboard, aren't you? I mean, you don't need a bigger motherboard, but like, we'll switch it to a 360. Yeah, it doesn't want you putting in an MATX motherboard. And here's a fun fact here. They don't mind having an MATX motherboard in this case because the GPU hides the empty space under the motherboard. They're just looking out for you there. I don't know why this one says it's not compatible, but hey. Also, I have a 5% off coupon for you, so don't worry if we go a little over budget. Ooh, they have the Aeros Pro Ice. That looks so good in white builds, but again, over budget with that. Do you think the 5070 Ti would be able to rock max graphic settings of 1440 for even graphically demanding games like Soccer 2? Yeah. Yes. I mean, the thing is, the minimum you're looking for is 60 FPS. It should get higher than that. Way higher than that. It should be fine. I was getting really good results with it. If you want, I mean, you can go back to when my stream where I was testing the 5070 Ti and watch me basically play a bunch of games at maxed out settings and just have no problems with it. Now, the thing is, I don't recommend maxing out your settings. I think it's a waste of system resources. You're cranking out extra heat into your room for no reason. Most games look amazing at high settings. Ultra settings are kind of a waste. Oh, the Corsair RM850X has a cybernetics gold rating. That's nice. Let's move you up to that. Also, I want to look for deals on storage because they usually have some kind of nice deal on storage. So here, found it. Found you a great deal. Check this out. Check this out. All right. Pay attention, class. Here we go. This is what you look for when you're building at iBuyPower. So here we're looking at 2 terabyte Crucial P3 Plus. This is a decent drive. It's 5,000 megabyte per second sequential read speeds, up to 5,000, and up to 4,200 megabyte per second sequential write speeds, with no onboard DRAM cache. The SN850X, 7,300 megabyte per second, up to sequential read speeds, up to 6,300 megabyte per second sequential write speeds, and it is $5 cheaper, and you get a free upgrade to the 2 terabyte. So basically, we're getting you a big speed upgrade for nothing. Bam, right there. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Where is it? Hold on, let me pick that. There it is. Got it. You see the $0 right there? 2 terabyte SN850X. Good to go. You also get onboard DRAM with that, which is just nice. I'm starting to see why people are willing to sacrifice a little bit of performance for the sick all-color design builds. Yeah, pretty much. Now, here's the thing. If you're gaming at 1440p, X3D, 3D V-Cache, does not do you a lot of good. That's why when you watch the review videos for those, they're like, all right, we tested all these games at 1080p for this $480 CPU. Yeah. Who freaking cares unless you're like Shroud or something? Who cares about 1080p when you're spending almost $500 on a CPU? I'm referring to the 9800X3D reviews out there where they're like, this, man, AMD's doing so good. It's like, yo, it's an 8-core CPU for almost $500 in 2025. What are we doing? Oh, but it's a #1 for gaming at 1080p. Why would you spend $2,000 on a 1080p gaming system unless you're an esports people? If you're esports people, then yeah. Or if you're gaming competitively at 1080p, because any resolution higher than that, you don't need X3D. You don't need 3D V-Cache. So if you want that aesthetic motherboard, I could do that. It's just, it is a bit of a waste because you're not going to need all the extra I/O it comes with, but you are going to be looking at your PC. So anyways, I could downgrade the CPU for you. If you want the 3D V-Cache chip, I won't begrudge you that. You're getting, there is a difference at 1440p. It just shrinks dramatically. Goes from double-digit percentage performance difference to single-digit performance difference, is what I'm saying. It's just the Aorus Pro Ice, this motherboard here, it is $228 more. You don't need that kind of I/O. Well, actually, this doesn't have crazy I/O on it. I think this one has a lot of storage to it. But I mean, even then, you don't even need this much I/O for just a gaming PC. You need like 6 USB ports, and you're done. Now, you guys might be like, Bray, you chose a 9800X3D for your Black Friday, your higher-end Black Friday system. Yeah, because they changed the 3D V-Cache to be under the core complex die, which meant you weren't losing out on productivity stuff. And it was awesome for things like Photoshop. It was great for streaming as well, and for other tasks, not just gaming. So I was like, you know what? This thing's kind of sick. Let's put it in there. Because this system is, as I told everybody then, designed for gaming and streaming. And if you get into streaming, you're going to need to make some assets here and there. So if you do Photoshop, 9800X3D was right up there with the 9700X when it came to Photoshop. I had a plan for that. I had a methodology to it. Just gaming, anything higher than 1080p, it's like, hey, do you need it? Not really. Do you want it? Probably. You know, that's going to be up to you. Anyway, the only thing we can't guarantee here is a white 9070 XT, unless you see here somewhere that they specify, oh, it's the white version. Like you can look at this 5070 Ti right here, which is the Gigabyte Eagle OC Ice, or the 5070 in that same model. Other than that, it's going to be a black GPU anyway. I wouldn't worry about the motherboard. I wouldn't spend another $230 for a motherboard you don't need. I leave that up to you. You already spec'd out this whole thing, and I'm going to be clear. You did a good job. You did a good job. The only thing that I have any criticism on is that you ignored the motherboard. You don't want to go with an M-ATX motherboard in a full ATX case. I don't care if it's a Y series case where the GPU is vertical and it hides that. You'll know, and that should matter. Dr. Mitch, thank you for the alert. 7900X3D is kind of slow on the desktop compared to just 7700X. I have tested the 7800X3D. I didn't notice that personally. Great catch. Somebody stream. Got to go to bed. Those sticky high school floors don't scrub themselves. You got a V for V. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I sold my white 4090 in an all-black build, but I got the 4090 open box for cheap, so I had to snag it. T-Ty, what's going on? Welcome. I kind of miss something. I miss having the view where I zoom in to like this part here. I might need to, that's one, okay, credit where credit is due. That's one cool thing about Meld. Setting up another scene like that and just making it to where it just does that is really, really easy. I don't think we really have much more to change here. I think this is all good. We could consider, you could consider something that's going to have some silver elements to it to match the build a little better, like this Asus Prime X870-P, which I will say is a nice looking motherboard. I installed one myself in the lower priced Black Friday build. Long time no see. We need that zoom when you're proving a point. We do. We do. After I finish this build, I'll set that up real quick. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do this because my discount code is going to more than cover for it. And we'll do the white Seasonic power supply. Why not? It's $30 more. And you'll get the cables with it that match the build, and that'll be nice. Okay, let's see what this comes out to with my discount. First, I'm going to save this. Hold on a second. Oh, that ain't working. Okay. What's Meld? Meld is an option for streaming software other than like your OBS or what the heck, man, I haven't used it in so long. Stream something, whatever. I don't know. Other than OBS. One. Let's see what this comes out to with, okay. One thing about iBuyPower, this will ship with the video card in its own box, uninstalled from the PC. Very easy to install. Instructions are included. You just need a screwdriver. What is it? Is that it now? Okay. Bray 3 is a code, gets you 5% off, bringing you to $25.22 and 25 cents. $132.75 off. So Streamlabs, that's the one. Thank you, Jackal. I haven't thought about them in so long, since the last time they were accused of stealing stealing ideas, and just stealing. I used to use them a long time ago, and I quit them right when that happened. I was like, ooh, no thanks. Anyway, so if you want, I can go back to the other power supply. This did bring it $22 above budget, and I think that going with the white power supply did that. I can switch it back if you want. Or you can. You can do that as well. If you do that, I recommend the Corsair power supply that has the gold cybernetics rating on it. There's nothing wrong with Channelwell. Channelwell builds power supplies for a lot of the bigger companies and brands that you see. And generally, some of them are pretty good. It's just Corsair has that rating. Seasonic has that rating. They don't necessarily... I guess they didn't get the Channelwell power supply rated for the cybernetics score. So they should do that. Solder PCs. Hey, what's going on? Hey, brother, I was going to have forgotten about you this week or next. I'll Discord you, brother. That sounds good. I was out of town all last week anyway for NAB in Vegas. So it's all good. Hope you're doing well. Hello. What CPU do you recommend with 5070 if on AM4? For what purpose? Are you trying to just game? Are you trying to game at 1080p, 1440p? Are you trying to edit video? Are you trying to stream? What's going on? I need some context. Intel 265K was also rather snappy at 1440p ultra wide. I love the 265K. And anyone who disagrees, you're free to disagree. It's fine to have dissenting opinions. It's an awesome CPU. Oh, but it's not at the top of the charts for gaming. It is $200 less than the 285K. And is only lacking 4 efficiency cores. It's freaking phenomenal. Gaming at 1440, then your CPU doesn't matter. Your CPU doesn't matter that much at all. You can just go with like a 5600X if you want. Your CPU matters at 1080p. It doesn't matter as much at 1440p. Now, if all you're doing is gaming, yeah, just go with the 5600X or something like that. Or Ryzen 5 5500 if you want. Like, seriously. The CPU matters way less once you escape from 1080p. I hope you had fun. I did. I was actually, instead of being the guy going from booth to booth and talking to people and stuff, I was the guy in the booth talking to people. It was really fun. Also, I have these... I just want to show you guys real quick. But I love newer stuff, and I love their lighting and stuff. But like they gave me these two for having lighting elements in B-roll, but they're just like the magnetic aspect of it is just super cool, and they're just little LED tube lights. So I just mess with them now and then. I should have the colors be more opposed, but they're so bright. They're so nice. These are at 15% brightness, by the way. But you got to understand, at the end of the event, because Newer sends me things. They just send me, like, I know those guys. If they know I need something, they just send it. It's super cool. They just send it to me. And but the thing is, I have bought more Newer products I've bought more value of Newer products than they will ever send me for free. And that makes me feel okay with it. Okay with getting free stuff now and then. Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. The boss will yell at you? Okay. That sounds awesome. Those kinds of interactions are really fun. Okay, I have 5700X. Glad I can keep. Thanks. You got it, Andrew Smith. And if you want to validate what I'm saying, go and check on the review videos of like a 7800X 3D or 5800X 3D or whatever, and you'll see that most of the charts they have are at 1080p, because that's the only place where it really makes a difference. Yo, Jackal, thank you for the 200 biddies. Do you think an OLED panel is worth the upgrade from an IPS, or wait for prices to drop in tech advance? That's already kind of happened with OLED, depending on the manufacturer you're looking at. It's pretty great. I don't have one myself, but they have been getting way better in terms of price and everything. If I wanted to, how good would this be for streaming and recording? If you want to use it for streaming, you want to upgrade the motherboard to something with more I/O. Other than that, it's going to be great for it. It's going to be fine for it. I would say the 9800X3D is a little bit better for that, but also you could just step away from the X3D chip and go with like a 7700X. Go with that. And you'll be fine. Like, you won't see much difference in gaming performance, and you'll actually get an uplift in your productivity stuff, including streaming and all that. But I mean, really, a lot of that's going to be on the GPU. And you're looking at the 9070 XT, which has major improvement. Like, AMD has been making major improvements in encoding over the years. I think you'll be fine with it. But next time, try to, if you're interested in something, include that in the use case so that I know at the beginning of the build. Oh, also here, sorry. Code BRAY3. There you go. Best CPU for 5090, Kyle Smith. Okay, here we go again. If you were here for me answering the other CPU plus GPU question, I mean, that's like the simplest way to possibly look at it. What are you doing? Are you gaming? If just gaming, what resolution? Are you streaming? Are you editing video? Are you doing graphic design? Are you cranking out G-code and some, you know, industrial design software? Are you doing Blender? What are you using it for? If you want an accurate answer to your question, you need to give context for your question. But I understand. Pretty much every person who streams PC stuff gets those questions. Hey, I'm not going to give you anything, but I need an answer from you. You're not going to get a good answer. Take a little longer to type. I read every chat. I try to anyway. I probably missed some. Intel 265K is great for 1440p and up. Boosts faster than AMD M5. Pairs great with 48 gigs 7200 RAM. Yeah, the RAM compatibility is a big thing. AMD took a while catching up on that. Where, I mean, and still, AMD is still going to be very picky about RAM. You want one-to-one memory sync with your, you know, one-to-one memory synchronization. You need that with Ryzen. For Intel, it is not nearly as picky about that. I have a lot of tabs open. Let's close some. Let's crank the music for a minute. Will do. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Let me know how that turns out. I always crank it at this part. I love it. Okay. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Got a kind of weird question. Does AC help with cooling down a PC? If your ambient temperature is lower, that means your cooling has better... I mean, your coolers can only cool as low as the ambient temperature in the room. So yeah, having lower ambient temperature can help tremendously with that. Well, tremendously is maybe an exaggeration. I mean, it depends. Gaming at 1440p and occasionally streaming. But I'm also torn too, as I'm not sure if the 5090 was the best choice for the GPU for my next build. Upgrading from a 3090 with 12900K at the moment. You don't even need to upgrade that CPU. That CPU for gaming and streaming is already all you need, especially if you're at 1440p or higher. Kyle, once you get away from 1080p, your CPU means very, very little when it comes to your gaming performance. It's all GPU at that point. And for streaming, you have all the cores you need for streaming. You do not need to upgrade your CPU. 12900K is still a goated CPU. You're fine. Besides, unless you change out your whole motherboard, your only options are 13th and 14th gen Intel, and we all know how that went. Those had issues, and they could potentially still have issues. We don't know. Of course, I wasn't here when you recommended Last Wish. That's right. What's up, Mikey? Yeah. No, it's okay. It's funny because the viewer came in with a $5,000 budget, but all he wanted to do was 1440p gaming. And I was like, I'm about to save you like $1,400 here. $1,200, $1,300, whatever. Can I ask why the CPU matters more for 1080p than does 1440p? A very simple and oversimplified answer for that equations is that the CPU has fewer frames to deal with, to basically present to you. The GPU makes these frames, bam, 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 bam. The CPU is like, all right, you like if it's a higher resolution, there's fewer frames. CPU's like, I don't have much work to do. At 1080p, it's way more frames because it's way easier to render them. So the CPU is like, whoa, 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 hold up. I'm not really designed for this, unless it is designed for that. Unless it's a higher end CPU. Then it's just like, psh, here's all of the frames, all of them. I'm not going to bottleneck nothing. Chalupa Batman, I was talking to Sick PC's Mikey, the guy is in the video I showed you, which let me link the video to you, actually. That was in the video I showed you building the PC. If that helps you. There you go. And you know what? Subscribe to Sick PCs. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me remove that. And just link it from here. But yeah, that's just a really quick and dirty explanation of it. It is not... It's a little more nuanced than that. OMJCYT. I don't know how to, if that's pronounceable. I wouldn't know how. PC kept rebooting all the time when starting up games a few minutes in. Ran long GPU and CPU stress test. Look at hardware monitor. Okay. You know how this could happen? Thank you, OMJCYT, for not listing any of your specs. Because if you have a 13th or 14th gen Intel CPU, I could very easily answer that. But basically, if you replaced your power supply and it's not rebooting anymore, it was probably your power supply. So there you go. You answered your own question, really. But basically, if you have, say you have something like a 3080 or 3080 Ti or 3090, 30 series NVIDIA GPUs had transient power spikes up the wazoo, and not every power supply can handle those. So if you switch to a higher end power supply that's better at handling transient power spikes, that's probably your answer. But yeah, guys, if you have questions like, hey, what do I pair with this? What do I pair? And you don't tell me what you're going to be doing with your PC, I'm going to get, I'm going to get, you know, snippy about it, because it's like, what do you want from me? I'm not freaking like going to be reading your mind over here. I need that info to make a good recommendation, because I don't like making half-assed recommendations. I take what I do very seriously. A little too seriously, you might say. But I'm also just happy that I have my zoom in now over here. Bam. Did y'all see how fast that was? It was pretty fast. Meld has its benefits. It's just, I wish it wasn't like, I wish it was better at detecting what cameras are actually trying to do, because that's why my camera kept freezing. It set it to 60 FPS for no reason. So right now, we are just straight chilling. Because, oh, hold on. Let me put the PC that I linked for Bed Tales. I need to put in the form here. And I need to mark this in green. There we go. But yeah, I don't have anyone else who is on the list, or who has told me that they're on the list, and that is also here. That is part of the process. You got to tell me. It is weird to see you stream at 720p. That is not intentional. It is this software, and I'm going to be switching back. I'm going to have to switch back to OBS. Also, I hate Wavelink, like Elgato's Wavelink. I'm using a Stream Deck XLR dock for my microphone, and I'm using Wavelink, and there is such a slight delay in the monitoring of my mic. I like to hear myself when I'm speaking. It lets me know if I'm sounding weird or my mic's sounding off or whatever. And there's a slight delay. It's like I'm in a garage or something. You know, like, you know, that just sort of like you're in a metal room. There's just a really quick reverb. It drives me crazy. So my mic monitoring is way down right now. Thank you. It's RX 3700X. Bought a CyberPower pre-built. Last time I'll buy a CyberPower. Well, you fixed the problem. So, hey, you know what? Kudos to you for fixing your problem. That's very cool that you were able to nail down that it was the power supply. Quality is still very good, to be fair. The thing is, I show such small details with text and everything. I really prefer that it be at least at 1440p. So I'm a little upset that it's not. Seems you're just chilling. Did you get a review sample for the 5060 Ti? It's right there. But I was out of town. I like just got it from the mail center, because they were closed when I got back. So I just got it. There's not going to be a video. We're just going to stream tomorrow and just be testing it. But what's up, Northern Lights? How's it going? The thing is, I didn't ask for it. And I need you guys to understand, like, this is not me being like spoiled or anything. When you get something as a content creator, it's not what you would think. It's not where it's like, oh, free stuff, let's go. It is work. It is a commitment. It is like, hey, I need you to come in for a weekend shift 4 times in a row or something. It's hours and hours of work, but you do get something out of it. But I didn't ask for it. I wasn't, because when I did the 5070 video, I did some things myself that I shouldn't have done, like making it super long. Also, the fact that I haven't uploaded in a while is a factor as well. But also that it's not my normal content to review hardware, like a piece of hardware. But that video bombed. Like, it got no views. Like, well, I mean, relative to the size of my channel. So I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that, NVIDIA. I'm probably not going to be doing this again. It doesn't work for my channel. That was cool, though. Like, I liked doing it. I liked trying it. I had a unique take where I didn't do charts. I was just like, yo, we're just going to game on this thing. We're just going to test it. We're going to stress test it. We're going to game on it. See how it does. That's not apparently what people want to say, and they definitely didn't want to see that long of a video for a graphics card, especially also the fact that the video I did was for the 5070, which was by and large the least popular graphics card launched in a long time. I think the 5070 is pretty great if you can get it for $550. Good luck doing that. Anyway, so here's how it went down. I was at NAB, which again was super cool. Shout out. I don't think any of them are watching, but shout out to the newer crew. Y'all are seriously the best. You're just awesome. It was really cool to hang out with y'all. They took us out to eat places. I had probably the best hot pot of my life out there. What was that place? Chubby Cattle. If you're ever in Vegas, go eat at Chubby Cattle. Thank me later. All right, Equations, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I love how they knew better than sending the 8 gig version to anyone. The 8 gig version to me probably should not exist of the 5060 Ti. The 8 gig version should not exist. It should be 8 gig 5060 and 12 gig 5060 Ti for less than the price of the 16 gig. And 5070 should have been 16 gig, perhaps. Maybe, not really. I don't know. I mean, 5070 aim for 1440p, you won't run into VRAM issues with most games, like 90% of games, okay? But the 5060 Ti at 16 gig, it seems odd. The thing is, I'm not going to, when I start testing, I don't look for I'm looking for these results. I don't go in for confirmation bias, okay? We're just going to test it. We're going to chill. We're going to stress test it, and we're going to play some games. That's it. But just on paper, it should have just been a 12 gig 5060 Ti. Not two versions that are either too low or too high. I'm off to bed. Have a good night, everyone. All right. Yeah, all right. I already read that, actually. I just built a PC with one. Wasn't bad at all. Oh, okay. So 5060 Ti? Really? Nice. Where was NAB? Humanity was in Vegas, which was the downside. I don't like Vegas. Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I don't like working in Vegas. But I haven't gone to Vegas for leisure for over 10 years. So it just, I don't know. Once you go there for work, you'll understand if you've only gone there for leisure. If you go there for work once, you'll be like, oh no, the 5070. Got you. Okay. Well, it's technically the 16th, so it's not. No, it's not. No, it's a lot of work. Is it technically? Well, here it's not technically the 16th yet. It's 11:10. I can't. Also, I think it's Pacific time and 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Pacific is when the embargo lifts. I cannot show y'all any numbers or do anything. Besides, the PC I'm going to use for testing it is down there. I really wish that I had a test bench PC with my 9800X3D here. Ideally, here's what would happen is probably I would like to be on probably an Intel 265 or 265K or 285K for my main streaming system or my main editing system. Maybe I could even I should get the Stream Ripper system out from over there and down here where I need it or over here where I need it and stream off of that. That's what I should be doing this on right now. And maybe that's what I have to do tonight after stream and tomorrow to prepare for that. Oh my God, I have so much work to do. Because I essentially have to get this system I'm streaming on right now up here, put the card in it, because that's my only 9800X3D. And what do you do when you're testing GPUs? You remove. No one's going to get a 5060 Ti with a 9800X3D, though. That's kind of my issue. But I tested all the other GPUs on that, including the 5070. So, whatever. To be fair, they got to be fair, Braythorn, have you seen Oblivion leak today? I have not, actually. Oblivion leak? It leaking? What happened? Yeah, I need a 9600X or something. I mean, yeah, if it's for, I wouldn't say 9600. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I need to just grab one. I could do that. Like tomorrow. Oh, man. I mean, look, the Stream Ripper system is working. I need to get OBS fully set up on there, but it is working. I also should get a little platform to go right up against the wall there to house the system off the floor, all that. Practice what I preach. Currently, like, I mean, really, guys, I've had to like rush a lot of this stuff. The King 95 system is on the floor, and I hate that. It's a wood laminate floor. It's not carpet, but hey. Oblivion Remastered leaked. Big hype. Oh, sick. Oblivion Remake. That's exciting. 9800X 3D is going to make anything play well. I mean, not once you get to 1440p, then it's all on the GPU. You're not doing charts, so use a CPU that you would actually pair with the GPU. Yeah, I know. And that jives with how I would like to do things. Let me check real quick. $9600X at my local Best Buy is not. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it's not going to be available for tomorrow. Oh, well. Probably can go to another computer shop and get it. Can you maybe give me a price? That'd be cool. $229.99 for a 9600X. It's only $10 more than the 7600X. But I could get the 7600X tomorrow at Best Buy. But I can probably get a 9600X at this other store here. So I'll have to see. I'll check tomorrow. Marvel Rivals loves VRAM. Does it? Crap, I'm hungry, but it's too late to eat. You could do something super, I don't know. Like, that's when I would be like, all right, let me just go pop some popcorn or something. Now you miss being closer to Micro Center. I mean, I was never really close to a Micro Center. I'm still like 5 hours away from the closest one. That would basically take my whole day to save a little bit. Does anyone remember Fry's? Yeah, I do very fondly. I miss Fry's. Closest one to me was 2 hours away in San Antonio. But I miss going there. That Fry's, the theme was you walked in under a giant piano. That was the theme there. I love music, so I thought that was pretty cool. So by the way, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think if because I'm starting up SI Weekly again, and I have a couple of thoughts I want to run by you guys since we're not. Wait, why did the music stop? Is that just me? I didn't have it on repeat. That's my bad. Love Fry's, hate having to leave LA. Well, Fry's isn't there anymore, but yeah. It's been a while since I've been to LA. I need to go back out there again sometime. I mean, okay, not that long. I think the last time I was in the area was, well, for TwitchCon. Around TwitchCon. That was when I went to TwitchCon, and then afterwards I headed up to the LA area to go to SkyTech. That's where we had our in-person meeting for the Black Friday deals. That was surreal. That was super fun. LA is cool, but traffic here sucks. I hate driving in LA. I hate it. I hate it. I like whenever, like, I generally will use TwitchCon San Diego as a chance to go to LA, or at least to like City of Industry or Ontario, and visit a couple of the SIs out there. So I'll get a car. I'll rent a car because I'm going to be driving around over there. And that's cheaper than Ubering from San Diego to the LA area. But yeah, I do like LA, man. I'd like to go out there just to go there and, you know, work on projects or something. Maybe go visit Thermal Mike, go do a stream over there. Maybe work something out with Jay. That'd be super cool. Or Paul, actually, to do something that'd be cool. I'd never really planned out to work on something with them. Though I did speak briefly with Jay about future stuff for pre-built, rebuilt. Maybe, we'll see. They just tore down the UFO. I saw that. It was heartbreaking, Igor. Heartbreaking. So yeah, what I was talking about for SI Weekly. So I have like my normal angle I would do over there at the PC over there. Do y'all think this is better right here? I think it is. I think this is much better. As the full cam, there you go. Got it obviously a little cleaned up, but I think this is a way better angle right here. What do y'all think? If I keep it like this, I think this is a much more fun angle than the old one. And just to show you, if y'all haven't seen it before, let me bring it up. System integrators. Oh my god, that's loud. Weekly. You're going to see a lot of questionable Black Friday deals out there. So I set out with SkyTech to make 2 deals. It's basically the angle right there. Like high refresh rate. I like to set it better. Your visuals are on point. Thank you, OMJ. And yes, I did see earlier when you said you liked the videos. I do appreciate that. You guys all agree? Okay, cool. I'm not showing it. This is the angle right here. There we go. See what I had here? This was the goal of this desk right here, was to be in that corner and just be a setup all the time. The desk behind me right here, this one is meant to be the one I'm actually using. I might make it to where my main desk right now is here instead, and this one stays there, and the one behind me stays behind me. That is the longest desk I have, so it fits that longer wall that I have there. Yo, Blaze Bits coming in with a raid with a party of 22. Hold on, let me fix this. Blaze Bits coming with a party of 22. Thank you for the raid. Let's go, nerds. Hack the planet indeed. What is going on, Blaze Bits? How the heck are you doing? And how is Blaze Bits' chat doing? Thank you for trusting me with your community. There's a little shout out. Those of you on Twitch, go ahead and give a follow to Blaze Bits. And you know what? Actually, for those of you on YouTube, there's the URL for twitch.tv/blazebits. Go drop a follow. And Blaze Bits was streaming software and game dev. And of course, you know I need you to expand upon that. But yeah, welcome Laughin' Sec. And GoPro Slow, yo. Welcome, welcome. Nerd life is best life indeed. Hey man, having some fun making Skynet on stream. Why are you gonna scare me like that? Why are you just gonna be like just making that happen? Make an LLM agent system to playing hacking CTFs. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've called 1 or 2 PCs in my time Skynet when it's like, hey, name your PC, and I'm like, you know. So, never made an LLM though, to be clear. But yeah, everybody drop a follow for BlazeBits, and again, thank you for the raid. I am doing what I do, just talking about PCs. We helped a couple people find the right PCs for their budget and needs. By the way, 13 Obby Mac. No, that's Bobby Mac. It's just Bobby Mac. All right, I can read lead speak. Okay, Bobby Mac. Thank you for coming in as well. Thank you for that first time chat. And I do like your use of what's the word? Legally distinct Cookie Monster as your for your emotes. I do like that a lot. It took me a second, Bobby Mac. I'm sorry about that. All right. How are those NVIDIA 50XX cards looking these days? Well, the only ones I've been seeing are the ones that NVIDIA has sent me. I personally really like the 5070 Ti. It's just if you can, they're selling for way above MSRP, and that's really annoying. And of course, tariffs are just like, whoa, jumping all over the place. Like, will they, won't they kind of situation. So that's been fun. Well, my favorite has been the 5070 Ti, basically. Just because, like, cheaper than the 5080, performs just about as well in most cases. You know, you'll get them for like anywhere from $850 or so to $1,000 for a 5070 Ti. 5080s are up to like $1,600. It's like, yeah, you can keep that extra like 12-13% performance for nearly double the price. I'm good. But yeah, tomorrow gonna be testing the 5060 Ti, which we've got right here. I would have liked to do a video, but I was at NAB in Vegas all last week, so I was not like here. I couldn't work on it over the weekend. I didn't get it until like yesterday. So yeah. Have you built with the MSI EZ120 fans? My new build from this week uses them, and they were a joy to build with, but they are loud with default curves. No, I've never built with those. Let me look them up real quick. Let's see what we're looking at here. Well, they're good looking. That's for sure. If they come in reverse flow, that would make me happy, because that's kind of what I've liked a lot. You're gonna... Oh, okay, I see. So basically, you've got daisy chaining with an extra piece of hardware, so that's good. A little coupler. Boy, that aesthetic looks familiar, though, doesn't it? Here, chat, sorry. And chat, yes, I did have another thought that I was going to run by you for SI Weekly. I'll get to that. So these are the EZ120s. Yeah, the aesthetic is familiar. But they don't work like Unifans, where you interlock them the same way. So there's that. I see what you're doing, MSI, using that Project Zero build right there in order to make it look super clean. Versal. So static pressure and airflow. Not reversible on the blades themselves. Totally fine. ROI not there on 50 series. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of quarters to get to that point. Oh yeah, they're pretty for sure. You don't think people in tech would just go and borrow from other ideas, do you? No, I mean, unless they want to aim for the highest form of flattery. So I don't see anything specifically stating that you can get it in standard or reverse flow. That makes me sad. I think that's the meta right now, and especially when you can make it to where there's not much loss of CFM? Is that the right term? Sorry. It's getting late. Of airflow. Not much loss of airflow. I think currently my favorite fans and ones that I want to... Well, I haven't built with them yet. I want to. Actually, I have them right here. 1 second. Are the ones I want to build with are going to be the Fantex M25 120 Gen 2s. I want to build with those. Because they're you get a lot of those features like daisy chaining, some reverse flow options, RGB, all that good stuff, but with a lower entry point for price. I got to see these when they debuted them at Computex last year, and they look really good. There we go. Yeah, and Mikey, thank you for reminding me about these, that I want to get some of these. I need to talk to my contact at Fantex to get some. They're supposed to be the sponsors for the fan and airflow episode of Pre-Built Rebuilt when that series finally launches. So I do need to connect back with them. Let them know that that is still on the table. Originality is concealing your source. Blaze Bits, I like that one. And funny enough, I'm probably going to steal that one. Don't love that they only include breakout cables with the 3-packs, though. Okay, so no kind of hub or anything. That's part of the... It's part of the like... Yeah, so it's daisy chained with cables, but they tuck away really nicely. And they look really good. But yeah, these are designed to be high-performance, daisy chaining, standard or reverse flow fans, but on a budget. And that on a budget part, or like somewhat budget anyway, it's not going to be like, you know, standard Arctic fans budget. Arctic P12's kind of budget, but still. Choose between regular and reverse airflow models for optimal system configuration. Yeah, they look really good. I'd like to see Signal RGB included here, because you better believe they probably work with Signal RGB. And if they don't already, they will soon. I prefer no hub, if I'm honest. They have one, but lots of issues. That sucks. I just do the breakout cable in. Yeah. So normally, for those of you who are new here, coming in from the raid, normally what I do is PC matchmaking. And PC matchmaking means that people who are new to PCs, I'm basically the welcoming committee. And you come in, you give me what your budget is, what you're going to use the PC for, and other questions that I have on a Google form. And you tell me that stuff. I'll help you find the right either pre-built or parts list for a DIY build. All are welcome. Doesn't matter whether you want pre-built or not. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty much the only YouTuber that focuses on the pre-built market specifically, which... kind of nice to have a niche on YouTube. That's pretty sick. But You know, that's basically what I do live on stream. My videos on YouTube are more general when it comes to pre-builts and stuff. I can't really be more that super specific, like, hey, you individual viewer, this PC is perfect for you. Everyone's a little bit different. So I try to make those kind of more general, and then I help one-on-one on the streams, which I stream on both Twitch and YouTube. YouTube is sleeping. Indeed. But yeah, you know, it's fun stuff. I like talking about PCs. I'm happy I get to do it for a living. It's really nice. They have one, but okay, yeah. I don't love the hub on the MSI fans, especially on non-MSI motherboard. I wouldn't use the MSI fans if I wasn't doing an MSI-centric build. I don't know if that's just me, but there are, let me find them. There are, where are they? Click on that. Look at these. I want to build with these. Asia Horse Cosmic. Really want to build with these. Standard or reverse flow, interlocking, 1 or 3 packs. Yeah, and it's Asia Horse. I've been using Asia Horse products for a while. As a matter of fact, I remember seeing a Jay's 2 cents video where he was like, look at these Asia Horse Matrix fans. I was like, dude, I used those in my build like 2 years ago. They're very cool. It was kind of a unibody 3-fan thing or 2-fan thing, you know, 240 or 360 or whatever. But these are just interlocking. They have the infinity look to them. And they're just a really good price. I want to build with those. Oh, Blaze, by the way, if you need to go and do your after stream relaxation, go for it. I did want to give you, just in case you ever come in and you're like, I like the music, I want to give you this. Unless I already have. I really like backingtrack.gg. I use this for all my streams and my content. Oh, neat. Opinion on pre-built market right now, especially for 50 series, assuming you can build, are pre-builts close in value right now to custom? Laughing, here's the thing. Usually when there's a GPU shortage, pre-builts are kind of the only answer. Because when scalping is happening, that's all at retail. System integrators get their own separate allocations from distribution. And scalpers aren't going to buy a whole PC just to scalp the GPU in general. However, there have been some system integrators are hurting here. They're all freaking out over tariffs right now because there's this whole will they, won't they thing. And that's the future of their companies right there. And whether they're going to lose a bunch of sales or not, whether they're going to be even able to get inventory or not, whether they have to scale down, fire a few people, that sucks. It's terrible. But also, it's not just tariffs. It's also the supply chain, which is squeezing them dry. There was a leaked email from ASI, one of the biggest distributors out there, where I think it was the head of the sales team was emailing the whole sales team and was like, hey, guess what, guys? After April 2nd, All these companies are going to be trying to buy up as many GPUs as possible before these tariffs hit. You do not sell to them for the previously offered price. You will only sell them for the price that we talk about in DMs. Holy crap. That's the source. Like I like to remind you guys that retail and system integrators, like your iBuyPower, CyberPower, don't buy CyberPower, iBuyPower, Skytech, your sick PCs, stuff like that. Yeah, that was ASI. That was ASI. They're the last link on the supply chain. And every link in that supply chain is trying to squeeze out the next more money from the link after them. Starting all the way at the source, TSMC, who a year and a half ago or so was like, hey everybody, we're raising all of our prices. And then NVIDIA, who's just like, oh, we still make gaming graphics cards? They're all wealthy, right? Like they're all rich. They all have $10,000 PCs. Just charge whatever we want. But take $50 off the MSRPs of like the poor people cards. But make sure that we don't have, for all of those, we don't necessarily have Founders Edition cards so that the AIB partners can do whatever they want. And then the AIBs, your MSI, Gigabyte, Asus, all of them are just like, they made an MSRP. Oh, let's maybe make a card that is MSRP if we feel like it. I don't think MSI or Asus made MSRP cards of like higher end 50 series cards, things like that. It was just all higher. Oh, they're overclocked. Who freaking cares? We can't afford this. Anyway. So then that's the AIBs. And then those go to distribution. And distribution. Oh, okay. No. They got to be shipped here first. And that's where the government is coming in and saying, oh, that wasn't made here. Well, you see, it should be made here. Everything that's in this, all the little delicate components, they could just make them here. So we're going to go ahead and try to support the manufacturing of these products in America. Oh, by giving you money? No. We're not going to subsidize that. Are you kidding me? That happened with the CHIPS Act, and we think it's stupid. No. We're going to tax everybody. If you're receiving these, you got to give us 30% more. No. Hold on. 100% more. No, wait. 130% more or something. Whatever. Guys, what do we think? Should we go more triple digits? Should we just like 400%? Then it gets to distribution. And they openly said, hey, no, we're not going to charge the baseline price. No. They're desperate. We charge whatever the hell we want. And it's going to be different. Like iBuyPower gets one price and Newegg gets another price. And you, oh, do we like you? I don't think we like you. You pay a higher price. So all of that squeezing and strangling is going all the way down the supply chain. And SIs and retailers are at the end of that chain. Well, technically, we're at the end of the chain. So who pays the most? We do. I just want to like make cool videos, guys. I just want to be able to be like, oh, you want to get into PC gaming? Come on, it's gonna be awesome. I get excited when I hear things like, oh, exemptions for computer parts. That's amazing. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Jensen Huang, for like going to dinner with this person and being like, hey, listen, there's a lot of industries here that are going to suffer from this. Consumers are going to suffer and this and that. Maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe you can exempt our stuff. And then it was like, oh yeah, we'll do that. And then like 3 days later, I didn't say that. We're not doing that. No, we're charging extra for semiconductors and chips. And so we hear that there's an exemption, and then a few days later, it's like, no. I didn't say that thing I said. Are you kidding me? And this is not political stuff. This is just what happened. I'm not about that. I just tell you this stuff because it affects you guys. Not to get political here. Don't bring political leanings into this. The reality of it is what matters, right? Whatever opinion gets you to where you're going, it's fine. But it got us here. Like a lot of people's opinions got us here. And that's unfortunate. I'm not about discussing that stuff. I'm only about here discussing the actual results of it and the actual timeline of things as they happen and how the supply chain actually works. And it's a freaking mess. We saw this during the pandemic, how the supply chain is overly complex and was ready to crumble at the slightest provocation. Powder keg meet match. Match meet powder keg, okay? Well, now it's just like greed trickling down from every link in the chain. What's up, Maximus? How's it going? I hope y'all liked supply chain story time. Boy, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? Didn't we have fun? What did I walk into, lol? So yeah, it was just about that. It was about this. It was a very simple question from Laughin about the state of the pre-built market. And unfortunately, whereas the pre-built market is usually somewhat preserved from scalping and shortages, I mean, there's still going to be shortages, but they get their own allocation and all that. Now it's like they're getting scalped by their suppliers and import fees. Let's call them fees. All right. And everything. And it's just like cascading scalping. And what's going to happen is that people are going to go to buy a pre-built PC and be like, yo, these are all overpriced. Man, this pre-built company sucks. Oh, they're doing their best, I promise you. But yeah, Christopher, I agree. Sad state of affairs in the PC. And it's PC. Yeah, it's in every market, kind of. But yeah. Just got my pre-built after 3 months. Your videos help with the setup. Thank you, says Q. Q, you're very welcome. Happy to hear that. Jussie Finn says, you know about 5060 Ti? I might know a little bit about it. If you want to know more about it, come by tomorrow. I'm going to be testing it at 8 p.m. Central. Yeah, my old PC was blue screening a lot, and I was wanting to build new anyway, so I tried to get in with a 5080 before the prices go up anymore, and they already have. Market is rough. It's very bad. Yo, Maximus, thank you for the Yo, Maximus, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the Swarm. Trust busting, eh? A little bit. Un petit peu. Un poquito. Anyway, if you are new here, I do rant about things. Yes, it's normal. No, I'm not sorry. Anytime there are sweeping things happening that affect consumers, or even subtle things that affect consumers, it can make me a little upsetty spaghetti. All right, like you could say I get a little heated. Just a little bit. I need something where I actually transition to that. That'd be funny. Having an existential crisis about what to put on my computer right now. Now it's Q2 and I'm waiting for the right time to buy a video card. Should I say it, or do you guys want to say it? It hasn't been like, it has been one thing after another with video cards. One thing after another with all computer components now. And they're saying even if the exemptions hold for tariffs on computer components, not all of them are necessarily going to be exempted, like power supplies and cases, perhaps. Which cases are already a nightmare to ship. Think about it. Would you rather ship like 10,000 CPUs or more in a container that are worth a lot of money, or like 200 PC cases that are empty. In the meantime, can I show y'all something cool? Want to see something cool? Shout out to Physics Duck. So, check this out. As someone who travels and ship them in the case, I have thought of that. Yes, I have thought of that. But I mean, who wants a brand new product that's been opened and had the glass pulled off and had stuff shoved into it and then closed up again? That just doesn't work. My previous came with 900XT, 700XT. Would you recommend upgrading the GPU to a better one to run 1440p games and stream at the same time? Actually, you should be fine with that for 1440p and streaming. Q. All you got to do is go into OBS with that 700XT, and there's a one-click setting to get optimized settings for AMD. You should be fine. Run it until you have issues running it, because the encoding on there is dedicated hardware. It's not going to take from your GPU's performance to stream while you're gaming. So check this out. For someone who travels, and I actually have at least one major interview planned if I get to go to Computex. It gets pretty bright. I wouldn't need this kind of brightness. But look at that. Completely waterproof. You can run on battery or this waterproof USB Type-C connection here and keep it charging. This thing is so... And it has magnets. It has magnets to stick to whatever metal stuff. This is super cool. And Newer gave me 2 of these. They have these in the bicolor like this, where you can change your color temperature to get white balancing. For your white balancing, or if you want it to be warm or cool. Or it has an RGB version as well. But the bicolor one, I think it was on sale for like $60. So if you're getting into streaming, imagine putting something like this, not as bright as this, by the way, right above your monitor. It weighs like 8 ounces. Let me see. This is it at 10%. Right? I mean, obviously, I have bright lights around me already. But, like, this can go right above your monitor just like that and light you up. Late night pool stream lighting? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for your hot tub streams. Yeah, and it's completely waterproof. This thing is so cool. You also have places to, like, hang it right there. Or, like, here. This is so cool. And yeah, you can supposedly run it at 100% for 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And then, like, for me, when I'm traveling, for my camera kit, for my camera bag, it's freaking awesome. They gave me 2 of these. I'm probably going to be using these to light my green screen, actually. And then basically you just push this button right here in the center there. Bam, push that in. It deflates. But for the price, like $60, that's crazy, because tube lights can be real expensive. And the magnets that are in here can actually help you fold it, or keep it folded. You just have to hold the button down while you're, yeah. And there you go. Pack that up. There you go. Newer gave me some super cool stuff. I'm not even kidding. Hold up. I want to build a floaty raft out of those. Actually, like floating the river in New Braunfels or San Marcos area, or whatever, would be really cool with that. So this is a little B-roll machine right here. Just put in your NPF battery, NPF battery. Like that. It hooks up to like phone app, or you can just press the controls here. You have your like you have a ball head mount right here. Put your camera on it. There's your B-roll. And if you do this, it can like, you can have certain angles you can do, and it'll slowly circle around it. So you can get like those, yeah. It's like solid aluminum too. This is really cool. Also, Brad, I don't know if you keep up with phone news at all, but have you looked at the leaks of the iPhone 17? They just made the camera bump bigger. I don't follow phone news, really. No, I'm all wrapped up in all this computer stuff. We need a rant filter where the bottom of the screen starts to catch on fire. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, do you guys remember the stream I did with Finite Singularity? I don't know how he'd feel about the fact that I'm using Meld right now, but I am going back to OBS. But yeah, we talked about certain things where we could have we wanted to do an effect where I would literally Hulk out. Not where I would like grow though. I don't know how to do that, but I would turn green. Is there a purple Hulk? Anyway. Keep hearing that song, Burning Down the House. Are we talking about 12 VH PWR connectors? I need a link? Yeah. I'll find you one. Unfortunately, they did do away, like for a little while, I was going to be doing content with them and I had a coupon code, but they ended up stopping that plan. So yeah, they were stopping those programs. There's a red Hulk now, so it's a logical progression. Yeah, I mean, if you get a blue Hulk and a red Hulk and they like fist bump, which by the way, I mean, a fist bump, respect knuckles, whatever, between Hulks would be crazy. You probably get a purple Hulk out of that. People love the camera bump. Do they? I mean, I'm just shooting the breeze with you guys now. But yeah, I when I tell you guys I have tons of newer stuff, I like it. It's no joke. I just freaking love their lights, their rigging, all that stuff. I actually, when they were going to be making the camera cage for the FX3 and FX30, I was actually able to give some feedback as to a couple things for them to add on to it, and they did do that. They're just super cool people. But that's the company I went to NAB with. All right, dude, I got to bounce. Have a great stream, rest of your night. You got it, Laughing. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. I have the regular iPhone 16 without a case. It literally cannot lay flat on my desk. That is annoying. But I always have a case. Like, I don't care if it's like, oh, well, you bought it to be thin. No, I bought it to work and not break. So I always use a case anyway. Me hate camera bump fingerprint magnet. Yeah. I get you. Well, guys, I have a lot of work to do tonight. I have to, like, actually work on switching out systems so that I can test out the 5060 Ti tomorrow on this system. Or I'm going to get the 9600X and then use the smaller one, which would be great. I would love that. 9600X, yeah. Okay. All right, please come with me for this. We're going to raid my buddy Manly Reviews. Super cool dude. My favorite, my favorite video game essayist on YouTube, but also just hilarious guy. We're going to go raid him. Come along for that. Trust me. Peak gaming content creator here. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel yet, you need to go watch some of his videos. The guy, his video editing is next level. I love it. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And he's also playing a game I've wanted to play forever, which is I'm on observation duty. He looks like he's playing part 5. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go rate him, and I want you guys to bring over some of the positivity you bring here, some of the enthusiasm, all that. Over there, I would appreciate it very much. But thank you all so much for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central to test out that 5060 Ti 16 gig. We'll see how it does. I mean, why not? But until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!
This all looks fine. That all looks fine.
This though?
Yo, Braithwaite, welcome on in, brother. It's been a minute.